Hello, it's me, Seth, also known as Tates. Welcome to episode 6 of Non-Standard Action. With me, usually, is most of the crew here. We have the half-orc soldier who won't fight before his Folgers, Gur. She's pale and she's small, but with her friend, she knows it all. It's Mouse and Serendipity.
Hello.
Hello.
The Rhyphorian mystic who's got the quick fix, Kaylin.
Good morning. So no, what am I fixing? People?
Generally.
Okay.
The swifter shapeshifter whose friend is a hoverbike drifter, Herald.
Oh, that's a new intro.
I can't find a good one for him.
Wait,
and
but
we
who's
have a
the
special
hoverbike
guest.
drifter? Oh, that's Kaylin. I've got it. I've got
Yes,
it
that's
now.
Kaylin. There you go. And we have a special guest today. His scales are bright and he wields Sarenrae's might. It's Edros Varanus.
Yes, I will do my intro in character voice.
How's it going, everybody? How's it going?
It's good.
It's good. We're here.
Didn't
We're
know.
We're gonna play.
I have my Folgers.
Man, the energy levels are just through. They're off the charts.
We're awake and we're enthusiastic, Tate. We are here. We're ready.
We're just so
I
sad about.
apologize. This half orc was part of a protest yesterday, and I took a little bit out of him.
Okay. I understand. But yeah, we took last week off for Mother's Day. I hope everyone had a wonderful Mother's Day and you gave your mothers a call or a thought, as it were. I know that I did. Did you guys get your Medicine Sans Frontiers letters in for the donations on CritterCon 2? Because I know I did. That made me feel pretty good.
How good?
I don't know. I felt like I made a difference.
How good was it?
But yeah, you'll notice we don't have Ninden with us today. Again, prior obligations. We're all adults. We have things that we have had planned, and he will not be joining us. We traded out one Vesk for another Vesk. One might say a superior Vesk.
Yeah, they all look the same.
I'm
I'm gonna
Wow.
tell him you said that.
He's gonna be.
There it is, folks. Spacism. It may
in
not.
fact, that's what Gur was protesting. He was on a protest against spacism.
Against all forms.
I had a joke, but it was in bad taste. So can we do the intro now?
Jeez, all right. I guess if people are ready to play some Starfinder, I can get us started.
I was
Bring it
born ready.
on.
All right, here comes that music. Oh.
10 years. 10 years I spent in captivity on Apostate. Since birth, I was under the heel of the drow, told what to do and where to go while my mother did their dirty work. Then, one night before my 10th, to join the ranks, my mother took me and ran. Mother. She was a kind-hearted half-orc. I still remember her warm yellow eyes and the smell of grease and gunpowder on her uniform. She always told me she only did what she had to do, that it was all for me, so that I wouldn't have to have a life like hers, so I wouldn't have to go through that sort of thing. But I guess that didn't work out. We spent our first night on the run in a dumpster, terrified we would be discovered. Sleep, I don't think she did either. In the morning, we made our way to the starport, always checking over our shoulder. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know why I was getting on that ship with him, and she wasn't. I don't know. I didn't know I was being thrust right into the life my mother was trying to protect me from. And now, 8 long years after that, I finally have my freedom, and they ruined it. I'll make them pay. I'll make them wish they never tried to reclaim their property. I wonder if she'll be here.
So, as we left off on the last episode, Gur had been discovered by some drow and captured soon. The others, however, are having grand old time in the Holodrome, celebrating Kaelin's recent win. It was pretty much a win.
More or less. He was
Hover
unbeatable
break.
after all. He had plot armor.
Yeah.
Plot racing.
It's really difficult to beat somebody who's got a car with plot armor, I imagine. But yes, as you're all sitting around and drinking and talking, you all get a notification on your comm units. Something of a measure you have all set up before, where if somebody's in trouble, they can send a distress ping, and this one is coming from Gur. Such a
Masculini. Yeah, what? Masculini, please put down that beverage. Yep, fine. You're getting a distress ping from your friend, Garuk. Wait, what?
No, I'm
I-
seeing it too.
Yes. Apparently he is in some form of distress. Has his signal, cut out or something?
No, it's still going on.
And we're all getting the signal.
Yes.
Can we tell where it's coming from?
There's a loose. It's more difficult on the sun, but you know that it's out on the streets of Chroma. There's two domes. One's called Chroma. One's called Corona, and I have a tendency to mix them up in my brain. You're in
It's okay, me too.
Chroma.
All right. Well, Harald looks down with worry at his comm unit and looks back up at the team and says, "Let's go," and rushes out.
Serendipity brings up sort of a Google Maps version of, all right, take the next left to direct you to the source of the distress ping.
Yeah, Mouse. It's not too difficult for Mouse to utilize the information coming from the distress signal to guide the group there, so you don't need to worry about making a computer's check or anything. So as you exit the Holodrome and go through the streets of Chroma, it guides you into an alleyway. Looks like just kind of like an off the beaten path method of getting to the Holodrome if somebody wanted to avoid walking in public, which seems pretty on brand for Gur. You don't see hide nor hair of Gur, however. You do see his comm unit laying on the ground.
Oh, that's not good.
Kaelin is gonna, look around the alleyway, sort of take stock of our situation here, see if anything is out of place. Can I make a perception check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Harald will do the
I
same.
would love it.
It's a 17.
Oh, I should probably switch that over. shouldn't
Easy, crazy. Oh, but Harald's got my back.
Yeah, that was a 17 from Kaelin and a 22 from Harald.
Yes. You don't actually see any kind of physical evidence of anything, but Kaelin, if you could make me a mysticism check, please.
Ooh, yes, I'd love to. That's a 24.
Oh yeah, you
Haha.
feel residual magic here. You feel illusion magic, like you think, like the remnants of it.
Can I do a perception check?
You can actually, and yes. So both what
25.
what
Plus-
Herald and Mouse are able to find, in this case, is they're able to see some security cameras, which may or may not give Mouse an idea.
Ooh. Mouse kind of scrambles up, like a drain pipe or whatever. I mean, I guess it doesn't rain on the sun, but you know what I mean.
Sun drops.
And Yeah, or
Sunrain.
something.
It's like a banner pole.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that? No, what is that called? Like, there's a name for it everywhere. Like, I did a dialect test, and like when it rains when the sun is out, like everyone has a different name for it. Like,
Oh
I've heard
yeah, sun showers. and
sun
that kind of-
showers. I've heard Fox's wedding, is another one I've heard.
What?
The
Yeah.
devil gently hugging his wife.
No, I believe it's beating his
That's
wife.
cute.
But
I
The fox
hate
one,
to,
not the devil.
I hate to ruin your theory, but I don't think we have one. I think we just call it rain.
Even when
That's
it's
not a theory. I
day?
know that it's something that people say.
we call them sun showers where I'm from. But
No, I don't. Leaf, do you know any? Has anybody ever called that anything other than rain? I
Either
don't know,
way,
this isn't important.
why don't you hit me with a acrobatics, because I know that's how Mouse would approach
Oh
this.
yeah. One moment, please.
oh, that was computers. Haha, ignore.
That's fine. We'll save that. I'll let you save that.
All right, that's a 19.
Yeah, you're fine. You don't need to.
Look,
You're...
look.
So Mouse,
Ah.
perhaps surprisingly to the others, because she doesn't usually show this kind of like enthusiasm, manages to like Jackie Chan her way up a couple pipes to a camera, which she immediately starts hacking into.
Yeah, just imagine her kind of like she straddles the arm that the camera's mounted to, and then just sort of like plugs in a jack to the back of the camera, and starts tapping away at stuff.
Sometimes being small is really handy.
Yeah.
So you're able to get into the feed and go back a little bit.
Heck
And
yeah, I rolled a 27.
yeah, getting a 27 on computers will allow you to do lots of things. So,
Ooh.
so yeah, you can get some of the feed, and it wasn't that long ago. It was like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. You see Gur, and
Oh,
you see
Yep, there's Gur.
figures clad in black and silver armor with helmets covering their heads.
Huh.
They approach him with guns drawn,
Mhm.
and then one of them takes his helmet off, revealing his face. And,
Oh.
Gasp!
and
You hear Mouse gasp. You guys can't actually see her screen from where you are, so it's just kind of like,
Hmm. Hmm.
or I like to think she actually says gasp out loud, like,
Yes.
and maybe Serendipity does
character.
too, because she's trying to act more like a real being. Gasp! Like,
yeah.
Can you
Um,
maybe copy us on that?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And she simulcasts to your own comm units so that you can kind of see her screen.
Herald says
using
gasp.
modern day technology, simulcast. Very corporate. You all get to watch as Gur manages to clandestinely press the distress signal on his comm unit before he is roughly handled by the drow, who make sure to disarm him, and then you watch as the one who has taken off his helmet casts a spell, and all of them turn invisible.
Timestamp on this is about 15 minutes ago.
I see. Alright. I don't suppose any of you know who that gentleman was? You were on his ship for longer than we were.
Nope, no idea.
I guess
Would
The
you?
costumes
Yeah.
are new too.
Anybody can make a culture check to try and determine how.
Yeah, I was gonna say. But also, those uniforms are gonna draw attention to him if it was only 15 minutes ago.
Oh,
People will notice.
Herald totally gets this one.
Oh yeah.
Especially with corporate
oh,
agents.
yes.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, Kaylin here knows that drow don't like the sun, but she has seen them here before, and she recognizes them as drow. First off, that is very easy to identify as Dae'Zerur diffractor armor. It's armor made by one of the most prominent houses from Aposte. They're a prime weapons dealer. And speaking of Herald, you know that Zazerer themselves have an outpost here on the sun, in the Corona dome.
All right.
So
Herald's-
they're wearing Zazerer stuff. Zazerer has an outpost in Corona. It is a pretty easy connect the dots situation forming here.
That looks like Zazerer, Kalen. I think I remember where they are. Let's go. And Herald rushes off. Heedless of
Keelan
his own
rushes off
well-being.
after him. At some point, we'll, I'm sure, be in an elevator or somewhere where he's not running.
Right.
Um,
So do you all?
He rushes off to the nearest elevator, and then it's really slow to get there.
yes. Captain,
Yes?
it's probably not best to rush in without a plan. What's your...
Herald stares anxiously at the floor number that's going down way too slowly. He's our crew. We have to rescue him. And we will
Obviously, but...
And we'll achieve this by I will disguise. Why don't we just talk to them first? Maybe it's all a mistake.
I don't know, boss. It seems like they certainly thought they knew what they were doing.
So
Sure, but Gur hasn't been here before.
just to chime in a little bit. Herald knows that just talking to them probably won't hurt because they're still trying to operate, quote unquote, within the law here on the Sun, and Drow are, people tend to be, for good reason or not, pretty prejudiced against them. So they try not to stir the pot too much. So.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
possible you
talk
could
to
just
them.
talk to them.
We can show them this footage and threaten to go to the authorities.
Fair enough.
Why would they take her?
It's probably just an innocent mistake.
I doubt it with Drow, but
Do you think he owes them money or
racist?
something?
It doesn't matter.
Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't have much money.
I'm sure it won't be a problem. It's just an innocent misunderstanding. We'll have this all sorted up in an hour.
Mhm.
If this elevator would go any faster!
So
okay.
you'll need to take the line crawler back to Dawnshore because the Chroma Dome does not connect. Chroma Dome does not connect to Corona. So you'll need to go through Dawnshore and then to Corona. So you all hop the line crawler, unless you don't want to hop the line crawler. But I assume that you do.
We do.
Yeah. Let's take the line crawler. It seems safer than, exposing oneself to the vacuum of space.
Yeah, and space
Especially this close to the
will
sun,
take
you know?
15 minutes.
You're not close to the sun. You are literally inside the sun.
That's right, we are.
That's pretty
The
close,
bubble.
Tates.
That's as close as it gets.
I can survive in vacuum. I don't think I can survive in the sun.
No, you can't survive in the sun. Life bubble will
In a
not protect
literal
you from the
star.
sun.
Useless. Life bubble is useless.
Yeah, it's the worst spell. No, are you gonna make it straight for the Corona line crawler as
Yeah.
soon as you're?
Yeah, no distractions.
Okay.
Not even stopping to get a drink.
Yeah. Before they're able to take her.
Actually, I need to use the restroom.
No time!
Not even stopping
Sure,
for the
Ron,
suspicious
before we
old
left.
man in the yellow raincoat and the one eye.
With the red balloon. Anyway,
Oh, no.
as you approach the line crawler for Corona Station, you see all kinds of warning signs and stuff flashing, indicating that the line crawler is currently out of service.
Damn it.
Ugh, no, the one to Dawnshore?
I mean, Pronk-it.
No. The one to Corona.
or the one to Corona.
You're in Dawnshore currently.
Okay. Oh, Well
Darn
done.
it, why didn't Space Google tell me this?
There is
I hit
an
send
official
feedback.
there is an official
Oh.
standing outside that you can
Herald
talk to.
will stomp up to the official and say, "Oh, why is the line crawler closed? I have an urgent meeting."
So he looks at you like a tourist. He's like, you seriously want to know why the line crawler to Corona is down? Yeah, the dome
yes.
is failing currently, and there's an excessive amount of radiation. We're waiting for that to blow over. It could take a couple hours. So,
Does that happen often?
No.
Wait, I live here. I know if that happens often.
you live here? Yeah, you don't even need to make a culture check. Corona has always had a malfunctioning protective dome. So what happens there is the radiation has a tendency to leak in occasionally. As a result, most of the inhabitants of Corona tend to be higher planar folk like Ifrit and Ifriti, that sort of thing. Azur, anybody who can tolerate higher heat and radiation tends to live there, rather than frail people like yourselves.
Okay, so this happens like every few
What are you
months or
calling
so.
frail? Is there a way around? Is there another way to get over there when the line crawlers are down? Do we know that?
No, there is not a way to get over there while the line crawler is down. So you might have to take some time to plan.
Herald grits his
Longer than an
teeth.
elevator ride.
Well, let's see.
So logically, does this mean? Do we know when the line crawler went down?
It was recently. It's like
Okay.
it got shut down. Like this event happened like almost right before you got here.
Okay, so
Conveniently.
Yeah,
Inconveniently.
but still, so we have every reason to expect that Gur was on the on the last line crawler to leave before the shut.
It's possible, yeah.
We need to confirm this.
Well, why don't we just send message? Well, we can still do our blackmail shtick, and just like send a message to the company.
You could.
Yeah, let's just give him a call, give him a ring-a-ling.
Doo-loo-loo-loo-loo. Oh, I already looked at the company number. I'm dialing now. Doo-loo-loo-loo-loo.
Yeah, but I want to talk.
Okay.
And I point the camera at you. I give you an earbud.
All right.
You have
so
ears.
you attempt to call the Zazerer outpost, and after a extended connection time, a voice comes up on the other end. Thank you for calling Zazerer outpost. You are foremost deliverer of drow weaponry and equipment. Nobody, there is nobody present to take your call at this time. Please leave a message with your inquiry, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Want to leave a message, boss, or should I hang up?
Hang up.
That'd be an interesting message to get. Hey, I'm gonna blackmail you. Just letting you know.
I wouldn't put it past her all to leave a message like that.
Right? Pretty on brand. So yeah, it looks like you have a little bit of time to figure something out. Before I change scenes, which is something I'm about to do, it occurs to you that if your blackmail gambit doesn't work and they decide to do things by force, you're a little bit outnumbered
Squishy.
and a little undergunned compared to a literal arms dealing company. So it might be a good idea to think about a plan B.
All right.
That said, we are going to change scenes. Gur,
Yes.
you awaken in a room. You're in a cell of some sort. It looks like a makeshift kind of cell. It doesn't. It looks like it was designed to function more as like a storage closet. You're basically laying on a blanket without a pillow and without any kind of cushion underneath it. You're not in your typical garb. You're in a bland gray jumpsuit that is ill-fitting. Around you are some various like empty crates. Some of them have like bits and bobs of pieces of equipment, a bunch of broken things, but nothing that to your average person would seem useful.
Of course not.
Yeah, if you would like to take a little moment to look around, feel free. If you want to try and
Yeah, so Gur's gonna take a moment, assess the situation. He tries to raise his arms on his jumpsuit and realizes that you can't really raise them past halfway up, so he just rips the sleeves off of the jumpsuit, making it look a lot cooler.
badass.
And then he will go ahead and make a perception check, see what he can actually find in here. That is a cool 15 on the die for a straight 15, because there's no modifier. That's right. Okay.
Hey, you're living the American dream. You've got 4 walls and a roof.
Hey, Gur would like to look for a job.
No picket fence yet. So you don't see like a vent or anything. It seems pretty airtight, honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
You've got a metal door blocking your vision. Actually, let's do a little switcheroony. Whoop.
Oh boy.
As you can see, there's really not a whole lot going on here in your current in your current location. However,
No kidding.
you do see some stuff like little motors, some casings, maybe a partially spent battery.
Oh boy. Well, if Gur has 10 minutes of uninterrupted time and a box of just goodies laying around, he's gonna go set about making himself a makeshift grenade.
Funny you should say that.
Oh dear.
Because you start to hear footsteps.
Then he pretends to be asleep.
Okay. Rounding the corner with a pair of guards, you see the individual who, well, I guess you don't if you're pretending to be asleep, but the individual who unmasked himself to capture you appears in the doorway, opening the little hatch so he can look in at you. And
I suppose Gur will look up at him and not pretend to be asleep. But do I recognize him?
You don't.
From
you don't know who
days? No.
this man is.
Okay.
He goes, you are awake. Welcome. I hope that your accommodations are comfortable.
Gur just kind of snorts back at him.
Well, I do apologize for the inconvenience. I'm sure you are having a wonderful time here on the sun. But you see, it just doesn't look good for House Caesar to lose a slave. So I think it's time that you come home. Boy, that was quite a daring escape, though. All those years ago. Your mother really wanted you to get out of there.
At the mention of his mother, his fists kind of like clench, and he takes a step forward to the door.
He smirks. He's just a gross person. There's nothing pleasant about this man. But you get the sense that he's gaining something out of capturing you. It's probably if you don't have culture, do you?
No.
But you know stuff about Drow. It wouldn't be too difficult to determine that he might be here because of a punishment if he's here on the sun. And maybe he's thinking getting you and bringing you back might reassign him So he's super pleased about recapturing a slave.
Oh man, it's like the Avatar.
I did not watch that show.
Oh
This
no.
is where I get to admit that and be looked down upon by all of my peers.
Honor!
Public
Is this how he gets
shame.
his honor back?
But yeah, when he sees you reacting to him talking about his mom, he's like, "Ah, yes, your mother. Yeah, we did take her back in, and I have to say, after the modifications we made, she's much more receptive to orders now."
And his eyes just go wide, and if it's at all possible, he is going to like reach through and grab him by the like collar and slam his face into the door. Is there armholes or not armholes, but like is it an open door? Is it like is he talking through a window? What?
It's like a slot. You could try if you make a reach. Your forearm, your beefy forearm, prevents you from reaching too far. And
Well,
he just
he
laughs.
gonna try anyways. He's just, you son of a bitch! What did you do to her?
Well, why don't you come with us, and I'll show you. Isn't that wonderful? It'll be a family reunion.
And Gur just kind of breathes and steps back again. He says, "For your sake, she better be okay."
Oh, I would say she's perfect.
Ew.
Guy's a douche canoe. Just saying.
And with that, he just nods his head and he says, "We're attempting to secure a shipment to get you back home as soon as possible. Just hang tight in there. We'll keep you fed."
Just glares back.
He departs with a laugh, walking down the hallway again. Having delivered his villainous monologue, he has served his purpose for this scene.
And what a fantastic villain he was.
Everybody applaud the villain.
Hey, the villain actually did. He got his evil monologue without a player interrupting him. He might be the best villain ever.
Yeah, I don't think any DM can expect a villain to get their monologue off without somebody doing something. But yeah,
It's true.
Gur can both start to use his time to cobble together a makeshift grenade of some sort, as well as some makeshift tools that he can use to perhaps break out of his cell.
Yes, I was going to ask about that too. If it's at all possible, I'd like to try and construct a makeshift engineering kit of some sort.
For sure.
Awesome.
They don't think that you're very smart, and they don't think you're going to be able to do much with the materials in there, but Gur is, I'm sure, more than willing to surprise them.
They didn't do their
yes.
research.
I actually have one more question before
Absolutely.
we move along here. Like it feels like it's going. It's a little bit of a technical question.
Yeah.
How much of my old gear do I have with me? Do I have any of it? Did they
You have none
Did
of
they
it.
take out like my piercings even, or like it's?
Not the piercings, but anything magical on you. This is something you might recall about the drow.
Okay.
You still
Yeah.
have your Prince Albert.
The drow.
Good. That's what I was worried about. All right, we can continue forward, guys.
It's a horny show. So you might remember this about the drow. They have the ability to detect magic at will. So
Yes.
they were able to sense any magical items that you had upon you and remove
Okay.
them summarily. So
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, so he's still looking fresh as heck, but he doesn't have any of his magical gear with him. Got it. Okay, cool.
yes.
So with that in mind, he's going to set about creating a grenade and that. And if there's like something he can use as an improvised, well, you know what? He doesn't need that. He has his fists. We're good.
All
Let's
right.
go with that for now.
Unarmed attack!
I'm still caught on fresh as heck.
Fresh as heck.
Try not to think about it too much. I am an enigma.
Wrapped in a mystery.
So yes, Gur is going to set upon getting himself out of there in the meantime, we will go ahead and shift our attention back to the other group, Herald, Nick, and Mouse. What efforts are you trying to put in, and where are you at attempting to piece together a plan B?
I figure
while we
after
wait for the
after we got
to go
turned
to that.
after we got turned away from
Sorry.
the line crawler,
Mhm.
probably Kaylin might have like pulled Herald away from like physically accosting the official into like some
Probably, yeah.
nearby coffee shop, where he's stewing over a cup of tea.
Mouse is using the Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
After a few minutes of calming down, Herald will put down his tea and say, "Okay, I'm pretty confident the whole blackmail scheme will work, but we should maybe have a plan B in case
Things
there's
go
more to this
sideways.
than we thought."
Oh, I'm already working on an infiltration plan.
By the way, not to interrupt or sidewalk too much, but you just talked about Herald drinking tea?
Yeah.
And that took my brain into a really weird place
Yeah, no,
because
I
I
mean-
don't know how that would happen.
No, look, it just works in the obvious way. His mouth transforms into a straw.
Obviously.
Does he like shoot forward a proboscis like a mosquito?
He has like a proboscis.
It's like
That must be it.
it's like
This
a
is the only
windy-
reasonable explanation.
it's a windy flesh straw that like
Oh.
curves and goes
It's
into
like a
the
silly
tea.
straw.
and as
like
it's
it
suck-
curls and
as
it
it-
wraps around itself.
And as it's sucking it up, you can like see the water moving up like a snake belly.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm actually going to throw up.
I feel like there should be a bingo card, and one of them would be Herald
Herald does
body
something
horror.
gross. Yeah.
We'll have to work one of those up at some point.
Yeah, that's some
Nonsa
good stuff.
drinking game for people who
Yes,
watch
yes.
tonight.
But yes.
Well,
as you-
So
go
like
ahead.
drow aren't that popular here. Maybe we can like maybe Mouse, you can like peruse the message boards to see if anyone else has a grudge with this particular house. And, maybe I can talk around. I still have some contacts here.
All right, let me check my trawler.
She's already programmed one, and it's going through.
Serendipity, what you got for me?
Let me roll. That's a 28.
Oh, yeah, everybody hates the drow. Are you kidding me? Drow hate the drow. You see a lot of stuff. Like you see a lot of stuff like from like House like I don't know, Bezerax going, Zazer sucks. Like they hate each other. Like there's no positivity surrounding Zazer aside from people
No
saying that
honor
they're
among
weapons.
thieves, huh?
Damn
Aside from
drow.
there's too much information. Like it's an information overload of all the bad things that Zazer does, etc. But I assume you're looking for something more localized.
Yeah, like
Is
on
what you're-
on the sun. Especially
Mhm.
people who are like, "Hey, we're planning to do terrible things to Zazer on the sun. If anyone else wants to do those bad things with us, give us a toot."
You do see some stuff about an individual named Berdak Zazerer. That's Berdac. I'll put it in here.
Why, thank you.
Berdak is kind of like he's the storefront manager for Zazerer. He's basically the leader, technically, of the Zazerer outpost. But people, you see nothing but people talking about how much of a low life he is, and how he just spends all of his time like goofing around and just living a super hedonistic lifestyle, which he can afford because he's a rich boy, basically.
I'll look him up on Splinkton to see like I assume it isn't the super serious boy that we saw in the alleyway.
No, this is a different individual. Let's see here. There's actually a picture of him. Ooh, and I forgot to make a handout of it. Do. But yeah, you see that he spends a lot of time in like the pleasure domes and that sort of thing, like the one where you can get into a sauna and stuff and just kind of hang out for a while. And there's some rumors circulating that perhaps he is being courted by different crime bosses of the Sun. There we go. Poof. He's a real cool
Ooh,
guy. But yeah, he
those sunglasses, man.
well, I mean, Drow on the Sun.
That's too bright.
So yeah, you
Does he
think?
wear them at night?
I mean,
What the hell is
Night.
night?
yeah, there is none of that.
Yeah, we don't
Does
have
Harold
night
even have
here.
a concept of what a night is? Like,
I've
Oh.
traveled the galaxy. I've
yeah,
got
that's
night,
when he pours
but it's not
himself
native.
into a jug.
either
I'll
way,
just
as you
I'll
guys
just say
are-
you can conceptually understand that things like being warm and dark at the same time is possible. It is still really weird when it happens when you come from a place where it doesn't.
right,
so-
right. So
Probably Caitlin probably understand night conceptually. It's probably so weird.
yeah. So while these two nerds are looking up Drow on the infosphere, Kaylin, your eyes are caught by a very interesting sight. You know that your friend Ninden, who, by the way, we didn't address that. Did you guys like try to reach him at some point?
That'd probably be Caitlin's go-to, honestly, because that was my first thought. Was we don't have a lot of firepower here. Where's
Where's
Ninden?
that giant muscular vest? that was
Ninden
with
said
us?
he was gonna go talk to his brother, but
Yeah.
he's Gur's friend too. Maybe we should call him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
He's not picking up his comm unit.
Oh,
Like,
that's
he's not
good.
answering.
I'll leave some voicemails that try to disguise how strongly I feel about this, and fail.
Are you leaving passive-aggressive voicemails?
But while you're thinking about this,
Uh,
you do see another Vesk. Let's see. I don't know if there's a way for me to show. Oh no. I didn't set up
watching
a
us?
handout for this either. I am the worst.
You're terrible.
The worst.
I know.
You
I am
So, watching us from under a
Yeah,
hood on the other
editing.
side of the bar,
uh,
or tea shop, as the case may be.
What kind of tea is Herald drinking?
Lapsang Sushang.
What?
It's
What?
a very smoky black tea. Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that, is that like Lao Shu Po? Like tea? Like, is that the
I-
grandmother's claw of teas?
No, it's real, and basically it's dried over smoky fires, so it kind of smells like a campfire.
Right.
I love it already.
People who don't like it say that it tastes like burning tires.
Hmm.
And
Those people
I
are
like
wrong.
it, but it does taste a little bit like burning tires.
So
You're unselling it.
So yes, as you're just kind of watching these, waiting for these two nerds to stop looking up Drow, you do see another extremely large Vesk out on the streets, looking a little bit confused, and he's just kind of stumbling around like he's looking for something. Can you give me a culture check, Caitlin?
Sure, I can.
You basically don't need to.
Really?
but- Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's only a
even
10
even
now.
with something that low, you recognize that this Vesk is none other than Edros Varanus. His name is huge because he was one of the people involved with the Stellar Degenerator incident.
Oh. Oh yeah,
he's
that was
one of the
that was a big
heroes.
deal.
Yeah, and on top of
He's
that,
a big damn
he's-
hero.
He's kind of a champion of Sarenrae, so it would make sense that he would be here. But looks like he's a little bit lost.
That's where Ninden went, right?
Dawnshore?
Well, he went to see his brother at the Church of Sarenrae. It's just
That's where Ninden went.
That is where Ninden went. I'll nudge Harald and
Yeah, who?
point out Adras.
What?
Hey,
Is that a Dross Varanus?
it is.
Huh. I think I'm gonna go get his autograph.
All right, Harald.
Harald will stand up and sort of tentatively leave the tea shop and walk up behind Idras. Idras Varanus?
What? Oh, he sees he sees Harald. Are you your regular Harald, right?
Yeah. Harald forgot to put on
Clown
his face
shoes
this morning.
Herald.
Yeah. So Adros turns around and is like, "Oh, hi! Oh, sorry.
No, it's a very common response.
No, I know, but I'm sure. But apologies. How can I help you?
Oh, I guess I'm just so excited to see you here. I was wondering if you could sign this space autograph.
Oh, well, sure. Anything. I'm always happy to sign things that people put in front of me.
Harald puts a thing in
And,
front of you.
So he takes out like a big, I don't even know, like a all marking nano pen.
Yeah, we're all trying to figure out how this works at the same time.
Yeah.
Like how the autographs work.
And he's not holding it like you would hold a pen or a pencil. He's just holding it like you would a sword. And he just puts in Idras Varanus, but it's in Vesk. And then he looks at it and he goes, and you can tell he's thinking like, oh, maybe he wanted it in common. So then he does it in common. And then he looks over at you and he's like, I don't.
Oh no, this
I
is
don't know what
perfect.
language. Is this good? Okay, I don't.
Yeah. Oh.
I never know what language people want me to sign things in.
So what are you doing on the sun? In the sun.
I came here because I heard that there's a lot of Sarenite stuff here, and but it's really confusing. This whole area is a whole mass of stuff that I've never been here before, so I find myself quite lost.
Well, did you have a particular destination in mind?
It's at this moment that it occurs to you, Harold, that this individual might be just the firepower you need.
I'm
for your
getting
plan
there.
B.
I'm getting there.
Ooh. Yeah, you could use it in back of your blackmail plan.
Look, I'm just. We're getting there, right?
You can't just jump from, hey, can I get your autograph to, hey, do you want to engage in illegal activities with me?
Unless you're Harold.
Ooh, I mean, but yeah.
Harald is smooth as butter, okay?
All right.
And can turn into butter.
Please don't turn
No.
into butter.
Yeah, actually, don't.
Yeah, especially not in front of Adras. That's a bad idea. No, but in response to your question, Adras says, "Yeah, no, there's a lot of like specific, sacred Sarenite places, and there's also some kind of like massive cathedral thing, but I can't find them."
Here. I have a friend who's actually pretty tight with Sarenrae. Maybe he could show you around. Although I don't think he'll be available until tomorrow. So do you want to give us a hand with something until then?
Well, I mean, if you guys are willing to help me out and show me around, I suppose it would only be the right thing to assist you in whatever you may need. Although, to be honest, I don't know what you could possibly need my help with.
Harald stares at Adras and stares at the enormous weapon at his belt. I guess I can think of some things.
What is Adras wielding currently? How many weapons does he have on him?
Oh, lordy.
I hope you wrote all this down in your inventory.
I did. Let's see. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I'm gonna go with 6.
He has more weapons. He has
Alright.
more weapons than your current party combined on his person.
Yes, he does.
Oh, the weapon he's currently carrying is a golden sphere with inlaid rubies.
Now,
That doesn't sound like a weapon.
Nice.
Adras seems like an impressionable sort of hero. Right? Am I wrong here? Can
Well, he's
Caleb
one of them-
sense this?
He's one of them goody two-shoe types.
Right,
Mostly, yeah.
right.
He's also very low on the pickup market. So I think the DC to like convince him to do something would be 5.
Yeah. So Caleb's just gonna sort of, use her telepathic message to Herald. Say, well, if we were to just offer him a tour and then show up at their office with him, they don't have to know that he doesn't know that he doesn't want to kill them.
There's also the possibility that if you tell him that your friend is in danger, that he'd be willing to help.
I guess that's true too, but that's less
Oh,
fun.
who's talking?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're jumping. You're jumping the gun again.
God.
Yeah. So we'll bring him into the coffee shop and buy
God, is
him.
that you? It's me, Mouse Scalini.
We'll buy
Got
him.
my eye on you, God.
Buy him my favorite tea, and then sort of tell him about how terrible this particular drow house is.
Yeah. So if you bring him in on the situation, he starts laughing and he goes, "Oh, this is good. This reminds me of back when I was a young upstart and I was on Akaton, and there was a pharmaceutical company. It's a long story, but needless to say, I do very much enjoy taking down corporations that have evil ideas behind them."
Oh, good. This is gonna work out just fine.
Also,
That's incredibly convenient for us.
does Adras have any particular feelings about Drow, necessarily? Like, does he have any dealings with them?
No, I mean, I don't. He's never dealt with them really. He knows of them, but like in Adras's mind, the Drow would, the Drow are just elves, but with bad attitudes.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think he would really be able
elves.
to like conceptually grasp the depths of like their like conspiracy evilness. You
Right.
know?
Their slavery
Yeah.
and all that business.
Yeah, and also just in general, like Adras, as a Vesk, Adras probably just sees elves as kind of like tall
Paper.
children.
Paper people, yeah.
It's just a little elf. Ah! Stabbed me.
Well, I think the plan is, no one really likes the Drow here or anywhere, so maybe we'll just show up, show that they, we have proof that they kidnapped our friend, and that, Adras Varanus is here, and I think that should just be able to resolve things without anyone having to fight anyone else.
I mean, yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe my name seems to carry some weight after we saved the universe, I guess. So, who knows? Maybe they'll just release him to me.
Yes.
So that's the plan.
Interesting.
As soon as the stupid line crawler opens up.
Really quick, if when is Adras Kalen there now?
I think they're all in the coffee shop together, is the idea.
Right.
Oh, no, okay. Well, he wasn't in the coffee
Herald
shop. but they
brought
all
you
came
back to the coffee shop, I imagine.
Oh, okay.
I bought you my tea.
And he did his straw thing again.
It tastes like burning tires.
Yeah,
does.
so Adras gets to witness Herald drinking now.
Yeah. I think he would think it's awesome.
Nice.
He would just be very impressed.
That makes one of us.
Yeah. He pulls out a data pad and he's starting to look up like bio augmentations. He's trying to he's like, where's the flesh straw in here? I can't find it.
Mouth straws,
I don't
mouth
think you
straws.
can
Where's
buy
the
it.
mouth straws?
Yeah. But no, I think once he sees Kalen, he would kind of see you, and then kind of like just stare at you, maybe walk up to you, and then just put 2 big Vesk hands just on your shoulders, and he's just staring intently at you, and he goes, "You're a divine person, aren't you?"
Yes. Can I help you?
These
No,
hands
I
are-
just-
These hands are almost the size of your head, like each.
Right?
I've never really got to hang out with someone who actually is connected to divine, and it's interesting. When we were out in the middle of the vast, I kind of was able to tap into some of that power, but the way it's coming off you is totally different, and it's amazing.
Ah, well. She sort of pushes his hands off of her shoulders.
Yeah,
I'd be
sure.
happy
Killing's
to-
really special.
To talk with you about it. We have some time to kill until the line crawler opens back up to Corona, since the whole place is awash in radiation at the moment.
Yes, I would love to hear more about how you were able to channel the divinity. So I'm very, very bad at it.
That's
it
not
just
what
sort
the
of
stories
happens,
say.
right? That's the way things go with divine powers.
Yeah, actually, this probably strikes Kalen a little weird because the stories that people tell about Adros is that he's a powerful spellcaster, on top of being a powerful warrior. Like, whenever there's a hero situation, they always get upsold a lot.
Right.
Right. There's a lot of people who don't know how to cast magic, so they see Adros doing it, and they're like, oh my, he's like a wizard.
He's a
He's
wizard.
so powerful.
It's kind of like when you go home to visit your folks and you do something slightly technological and they think that you're like an IT expert.
Sure.
Right, yeah, that.
So him making this admission probably doesn't track with what you've heard. You assume that maybe imposter syndrome never goes away.
Aw.
Hearing you say that, because Adros kind of looks up and he goes, "No, it was really difficult. I had to bathe in fire and then nearly die in order to do what I do. So I'm just
Wow.
impressed that you have such an easy connection."
That seems unnecessary.
How many
But-
people have you brought back from the dead?
None. How many people have you brought back from the dead?
Oh, at least one.
Huh.
Wow.
You'll get your chance.
That's-
I'm sure. It's hard. You guys look like a good team, so I'm sure you just haven't had the opportunity. But it's really cool once you get the chance.
Well, I should have you show me that trick because, she sort of just points at Herald and rails off.
Yeah,
Well, because the drow are evil, how about this? At the end of all this, I'll kill a drow, bring him back, show you how to do it, and we'll kill him again.
wow, that is grim.
Sure.
This will be great. It'll be like, which one of the deities do you worship? Which one?
Desna.
Desna, great choice. I'm Saren Ray myself, and I think it'll along very well, and it'll be great. It'll be like deity pals or something.
I think I saw that
There's
movie.
something.
Deity Pals. It's my favorite movie.
Deity bells.
The second one wasn't as good.
No, if I remember correctly, I think Desna, worshippers of Desna and worshippers of Sarenrae both they say they have equal claim to the sun.
Oh, because it's
Like,
a
I think-
star.
It is a star, but it's also the
Wow.
sun, yes.
Yeah, so
It's just
Eh.
this specific star is special to Sarenrae, but all stars are special to Desna.
yeah, Desna is like the goddess of stars. Sarenrae is the goddess of this sun. So
Yes.
both religions have kind of like a friendly rivalry between them over who is more significantly represented by this sun. But it's nothing below friendly. They all still have a lot of respect for each other. So okay, so it sounds like when the line crawler opens back up, that's where you all are headed, and assuming that Mouse is probably keeping an eye on the notification system for it. Just
Oh,
because
yeah.
I assume that that's something Mouse is doing. You notice that it opens up. and you're
Serendipity
free
is
to travel.
pinging like crazy. Eventually, she has to mute her.
So yes, you notice that the line crawler opens back up, and you're free to go whenever you like. Just
Oh,
before
hey.
the scene changes. Oh.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and say whatever you're gonna say.
Oh, hey. leave a tip, tip your waitress, and let's go.
All
Gerald
right.
hurries off, forgetting to tip his waitress. He's a real tool.
Kalen has to take care of the bill once again.
That
Gerald
never
doesn't
happens.
even carry a
No.
wallet.
No, where would?
I
I
think
don't
there's a
know.
wallet
Nope.
somewhere in here.
In one of
Oh,
those meat
God.
pockets.
Oh.
Nobody wants any of Gerald's money, guys. He just knows.
Oh no.
It's like butt pennies, but like all of it.
It's all but.
Butt pennies? Excuse. Okay, hold
Never
on.
mind, never mind. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
Moving right along.
We change scenes back to Gur. Gur, you have had your time to make your engineering kit, your makeshift weapon, if you wanted it.
Honestly, the only thing that he would really think about is like finding something he could pack into his fists or like use his brass knuckles. He's ready to punch some people.
Oh yeah. You can definitely like wrap it in like, I don't know, not bicycle chain, but something
Cool.
equivalently dense and heavy. Yeah.
Do we want to call those battle gauntlets, or are we just gonna say he's got like an augmentation to his physical attacks?
Sure, we'll go with the second one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, let's see. You have not heard anything in a while, so you think that this might be a prime time to try and break out. If you would like to try to open the door.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and
Make
do
an
that.
engineering check.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to shuffle around here. There we go. There's my engineering check. So he'll kind of look around, try and as well as he can out the door, and then not noticing anybody, he will go ahead and get a 10 on the die. That is 17.
You got the DC exactly.
Woo! Yeah.
with a little bit of jimmying, you're able to actually get the door to open. It's an automatic door. It's kind of like a Star Trek door. Once you get it to open it hisses open.
Excellent.
But maybe a little bit louder than you wanted it to be. But you think you're probably still in the clear.
He kind of catches his breath. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, feel free to sneak out once you're ready.
Yeah. He kind of catches his breath when the door like slams open a little bit, but not hearing any footsteps, presumably he's going to go ahead and roll a stealth check and head on out. Let's see what he gets. Oh, that is a 6.
Oh
Should
no!
have taken a 10.
Takes a step out and kicks a bucket, I think. Shit.
Here you see, first off, to the west, a desk, and there appears to be a dozing guard. However, when you kick that bucket, Gur kicks the bucket. The guard seems to kind of like stir a little bit. He's like, huh? And like he sits up and he looks at his computer monitor and he closes a few applications.
Oh. Prog me, this is not good. He's gonna look around. Can he see into the other cells? Is there anybody else in here with him?
No, these doors are actually shut. I
Okay.
kind of wanted to fill them out so that the map had some.
No, that's fine. More locked doors. We'll just ignore those. And he just continues on this way. Like, trying to stay low and hide behind things, but there's probably, like, nothing in here to hide behind.
You can hide behind the... like, there's that doorway here. You can kind of press up against this.
Alright, yeah, he'll get right up against there then.
Okay. And you can try to make another stealth check now that you are aware of this.
A benevolent god. sneak around up behind him then. I'm guessing there's a door directly to my north here.
Yes. So the area that you're in, it's all metal.
Okay.
You presume that, but as you've been going around the archipelago, I'm looking at you, Chad. I said it right. You know that
We're very proud.
the floor is metallic pretty much everywhere you go, except for places where they like put soil or other surfaces down. You're probably inside one of the ground areas of the domes, the lower levels.
Interesting.
And it's kept very dark down here, because it turns out a lot like half-orcs, drow have dark vision, so
Indeed.
they don't need a lot of light. So you're doing all right, but yeah, there's a lot of like closed-off doorways to unused tunnels that served some sort of purpose for whatever civilization was here before people moved in to the archipelago.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, let's see. Gur is going to try and just sneak out without hurting the guy, because if he hurts him, there's the potential that he'll wake up.
Just real quick, as you're making your way out, here on the desk, you see a large satchel, and next to the satchel is your gun.
Yes.
You think that this just might be your equipment?
Okay, fantastic. Would I be able to feasibly grab that equipment without alerting this guard here?
I'm gonna need another stealth check.
Okay, instead of that, he's gonna decide it's not really worth it, and he's gonna sneak up behind this guy and try and get like a sneak attack off on him before we enter into like real combat here, because Gur is going to want his stuff back.
If movies have told me anything, all you gotta do is like give him a firm chop on the back of his head, and if he doesn't expect it, that'll knock him in one.
Exactly. We're going for the karate chop to the base of the neck.
Judo chop.
Roll me an attack.
All right. It's called a haymaker, but ignore that. It's actually a judo chop. Here we go.
Judo chop.
Judo.
Okay. But wow, that's just enough with him being unaware. He is wearing a very nice suit of Zazer diffractor armor. So you managed to get him just right and nail him in the neck. He's like,
excellent. Just right in the neck. Okay, awesome. I will point out. Sorry, at this juncture, I would like to point out. Oh, I actually have it in there. Yes, fantastic. I took raw lethality at level 3, so Gerd doesn't suffer from penalties when they're wearing armor when he's fighting with archaic weapons, aka his fists. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. It technically is archaic. I just don't suffer the penalties of it being archaic anymore.
Okay. Cool.
And that's important because now all of my archaic weapons also apply a 1d8 bleed on critical hits. So I make people bleed with my fists.
All right. Just so we can resolve this real quick, can you go ahead and roll me initiative, please? Let me find some generic fighting music.
All right, and there's my initiative.
Haha.
So impressed.
He really wasn't ready. Okay, so I think in a strictly technical sense, that probably would have counted as the surprise round, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So now we're going into an actual turn order, and he's reeling from your attack, and it looks like you have an opportunity to strike one more time.
Excellent. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and actually strike 2 more times. Woo! See how that works out. Throws 2 more wild haymakers, and that's a 9 and a 10. Probably doesn't hit, actually.
No, both of those bounce as he starts to kind of jostle around. Both of those kind of bounce harmlessly off of his armor, and He lurches
enough.
forward and tries to grab his gun, actually, just because he thinks that that's a more valuable weapon. Not thinking twice about the fact that somebody is in his face. So, he's going to pick up his gun and attempt to shoot you with it,
Oh, cool. I'll
provoking an
take.
attack of opportunity.
Yeah,
I really hope that that attack of opportunity hits.
it is a 15
Okay.
for 8 damage.
Oh my god. You are about to hate me, and I really don't blame you if you do. With that attack, you bloody him. He looks like he won't be able to tolerate a third attack. However, he somehow manages to whirl around and catch you right in the gut with his azimuth laser rifle. And I did, in fact, roll a critical hit.
Hey, bring it on.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
Wonderful.
Yeah, that did sound like a critical hit. That's this time when Seth is saddest.
Okay. So you take 6 damage from the initial laser hit, and then you begin burning for 6 damage.
oh no!
Ouch.
So a total of 12 damage. And it is now your turn.
Fantastic. Since he's going to get a chance to make a save at the end of the round, he's going to just go ahead and keep punching.
Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're doing a full attack. Why not? Eat it! Eat it! That's a 17 and then a nat 20.
Yeah, so you catch him right in the face, and as he's stumbling, I don't know, how the hell do you finish this guy off with your almost bare fists?
Oh, so Gur, like, catching the shot in the gut just kind of reels over a little bit, but then he, like, sucks the wind back in, and as he does, he comes up with an uppercut, catches the guy right in the jaw, kind of knocks him back, and as he's falling back, he comes around with his, with the left hook, and just, like, knocks one of the guy's teeth out, just right across the jaw.
I would say several. You did more than his maximum hit points with that critical hit. So,
Oh, okay. So he comes around to punch him in the jaw, but catches him square in the side of the head, and there's a really sickening crunching sound that,
I would
like,
say.
and the head just kind of gives way as he
Yeah.
auto dies. Apparently, if I did more than his max damage, because these are lethal punches with that bike chain wrapped around my fists. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
That's
So his
Yeah.
like. I went, oh man, yeah, no. Full Negan. His eyes like bugging out of his head a little bit, and he's just laying there dead.
Oh. I love you.
Yeah,
Negan.
we went
Anyway,
there.
yeah, you ruined that individual. So yeah, your
He
gear
was
is
just doing his job. He was
You
just
could
sitting
say
there
that.
doing his job.
And look at you don't even have a name tag.
He doesn't know.
Grr.
Aw, poor guy.
He kind of like takes a couple of deep breaths and then realizes what happened, and his eyes kind of gloss over a little bit, and lets his hands fall by his side, and he just kind of, after a second contemplation, goes down and starts rifling through the guy's pocket, sees what he's got on him, if there's anything useful he can use.
Yeah, he's got the laser rifle.
But yeah, that's a
Which
good
part
point.
of-
Isn't Gur still on fire?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We're gonna go ahead
So-
and spend. Well, I'll take the damage and then just spend the next round, quote unquote, putting it out.
Sure.
Let
Um,
me just remind myself which of these was my health and which is my stam.
Right. So, as you begin to kind of check this guy over, though, you hear a sound coming from the northern room. You kind of recognize this sound as being. You've heard it a few times whenever somebody comes down to check up on you or
Yeah.
something. it's preceded by a long amount of this noise. It's probably a freight elevator of some sort.
Yeah.
And by your estimation, you have about 30 seconds to get somewhere to hide.
Oh boy.
Would you like to... If you'd like to give me a perception check, I can give you some options.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm honestly worried because my perception check is a 3.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Rolling like a dross.
It's not an review, buddy. Glad you're on the show.
I won't
You're-
help you out in this case, but you as the player, go ahead and feel free to ask me questions about potential hiding spots. and
Gur
then I will
just
reward you
stands
summarily.
behind the counter and like stoops down a little bit.
Yeah.
Paints his face in drow blood, and he's like, "Hello, it's me, Steve."
Yeah, no, sorry. Gur is not going in drow face. Thank you very much.
Oh God!
He is politically minded half orc. he instead is going to scoop the bag and his gun off of the counter there,
Mhm.
and run over here. Are these containers open by any chance?
No, but you could probably hide behind them.
I will hide behind them.
Okay.
Are you gonna make me roll a stealth check now? Because this is just mean at this point. I'm doing it. Let's just see. Oh, it's the only possible lower that I could have got. Okay, well, that's fine.
Oh,
Gur has his stuff now. He's got a sack full of grenades, guys. Nothing can possibly go wrong.
What did you roll?
That would be a natural
1 on my stealth for a grand total of 2 stealth. I have 2 whole stealth, guys.
Oh.
no. Stealth.
Dear. See, I was giving you a bonus because
Sips
you're
coffee.
hiding behind an object, but you rolled a 1.
Oh, poor
Gur wasn't gonna get out of here without killing a few people, I guess. So we're just
It's
gonna
like
do
when a
this.
cat tries to hide, and then like his body is behind something, but his tail is sticking out.
All right. So,
Gur gets behind the
Uh,
boxes, but forgets to like pull his head down behind the boxes too, because he's really intent on seeing who it is.
it's just 2 more guards. It looks like you recognize at least one of these as the person who's been giving you crummy food. Who gave you crummy food once? You haven't been here that long.
I'm gonna kill him first.
They actually see their friend and the state that their friend is in.
Oh God, Steve!
He's like, "Drow Steve!" And he runs over. And he's like trying to see if he's okay, even though he's clearly not. He points down the hallway and he says, "Check on the prisoner!" And this gentleman runs down the hallway.
Oh, good. Gur's going to. Oh man, if he starts throwing grenades, the entire base is gonna know he's out.
Nah, that freight elevator took a long time to get down here.
That could conceivably be my only way out, though.
So this person, as he's checking him over, realizing that it's probably hopeless, starts to look around, and then you see his head turn directly towards you, and you think
He
that
sees me.
in just a matter of seconds he's going to notice you.
It's okay, because I had a hand cannon pointed at him already, so I'm gonna
Alright.
go ahead and use it to shoot him in the face. If I get a surprise round for this one, I don't know if I do with that stealth though.
You have this moment to take advantage of a surprise round.
Squeezes off a shot. Oh god, that's a 10 to hit Casey. Oh my lord,
Oh no.
we're going back to fists, folks.
I was gonna say, I thought that you were gonna be able to make it out of this without doing too many fights, but apparently I was wrong because we're back in combat.
Yeah, let's
Back to the
get
big
it.
lights from Gur. Did you? Did you?
That drow is like, Drow Hank, he's over here. Come back. Drow Hank, what you
I'm
say,
on-
Drow George?
Right.
I'm on my way, Drow Kevin.
Call Drow Michael and Drow Philip.
So yeah, Gur's shot goes wide, unfortunately, missing this individual. I gotta add some turns.
Oh, these drow. Poor Gur. Poor drow.
Honestly, poor Drow. Yeah.
Everyone involved is poor.
I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
All right. Oof.
He does, after all, have a bag full of grenades.
So while you're doing that, I have a quick question for
Yeah, what's
you,
up?
Tates. That ring that I bought. I was wondering if I paid the extra cost of what I found to be the body modification, quote unquote. Would I be able to have that ring instead, like installed as a like an earring, or turned into an earring that you can wear there, purely for aesthetic purposes?
Yeah, we'll work that out later. But I
Okay,
like
cool.
the idea. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Cool.
Table talk.
No, he
Okay.
he has that clipped on at this point.
So, yeah, you make your shot and it doesn't hit, but the guy immediately starts scrambling for his weapon. He's
Okay.
not quite ready yet.
Cool.
So, you think you might have yourself a little bit longer before it ends up being
Gert,
a problem? Go ahead and take another turn.
yeah, Gert just goes ahead and tosses the gun aside after snorting his disapproval. Vaults over the boxes, runs over here, and yeah, he's gonna grab the guy and do one of these. Come on,
A
work!
punch?
Ah, no,
Oh, you're gonna do a bite?
bites him right on the neck.
You try to.
Intimate.
Gur turns feral for a moment and attempts to bite the drow, but you end up biting into the metal collar of his armor.
And thanks to the magical powers, my teeth don't break; they actually sink into the metal.
Yeah. This drow emerges from the hallway and takes aim at you.
Drow Roger, I think was his name.
I don't remember what we called him.
I thought it was Hank.
Philip?
Well, I mean, I feel like we can change the name up as we go. Why leave them to one name?
Yeah, I mean it won't be confusing at all. We can just keep
Yeah,
using
no.
different names.
Yeah.
Having one name is just so limiting.
Yeah,
Or
he's
his name
another.
could be- it could be Roger Hank. That's fine.
Roger Hank. Yeah,
Drow
Drow
Roger
change their name every 6 seconds. This is a well-known fact. You don't even need a culture check for that one.
Canon. It's canon now. You all heard it.
It's canon. Yeah, he takes a shot at you, Gur, missing. He rolled very poorly, which is going to move us on the next. Drow friend? Question mark. He's going to go ahead and go for his tacklash.
Co-worker.
Dropping his rifle and attempting to hit you with that. Jeez, I guess you don't have armor on right now, do you?
I do not know.
Cool. Going to assume that a 13 hits you.
Afraid so.
Okay. They don't have to roll super well in this particular instance.
Nope.
That will be 4 slashing damage as he hits you with the tacklash. Or
Ouch.
as our group calls it, taklash, I think.
The Taklash, yes.
Yeah, the taklash. That's a Klingon weapon.
Taklash, yes. Much like the Batleth.
Yes. But that will be his turn.
Awesome. We're gonna go for just regular punches again, and we're not going to miss a bunch. Oh boy. That's a 4, but then a 16.
The 4 does miss, but the 16 does connect.
Fantastic. For
You-
7 damage.
And you see him. You bloody him with that attack. You connect with his face, and blood starts coming out of places that traditionally blood is not supposed to come out of. So
Ah,
you suspect that you have found some sort of efficacy in your strike.
your hair is bleeding. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, why is there blood coming out of his hair? Weird. They are weird. This one is going to approach to, he thinks for whatever reason that melee is probably the best way to handle the situation. Maybe they want to take you alive? You think? Because
They just
killing
throw him back in a cell. He breaks out again. Like OTs forever.
Yeah, it just keeps looping. He gets knocked out, and then we have to do the prison break thing.
He gets
over and
back up
over
again. You guys
This
are never
freaking
gonna
8
keep him
hours
down.
long.
If I have to kill my looper too, I'm just gonna be so pissed.
Right. Does a 12 hit you?
I'm afraid so.
Oh no. This time, I would like you to take 4 non-lethal damage.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty great. And this one is also going to try to strike you non-lethally. Oh, you might have a break on this one. Yeah, that is below a 10. This one swings
Fantastic.
ineffectively. All right, Gur.
Going for more punches.
Do it.
Come
I know
on.
you can do it.
It's an
Oh,
11 and a
no.
7. Come on. Don't do me like this. You're doing me dirty. Roll 20.
Oh no.
I have pluses like no other.
Oh, fortunately for you, that's a gross miss. Oh my god, I'm suddenly rolling like dirt. That was 2 2s. Natural toots? Several
Oh
natural
no!
toots.
I feel so bad for you.
And I'm not lying, I'm not fudging that one. That actually legit happened. So go ahead, Gur. Get out of this
Gonna-
situation that I didn't see coming. Ah.
Gonna buy you a dice cam. All right, a 17 and a 14. 17 for max damage too. That's a 9.
Indeed. So that first attack hits and takes out the red drow here. So he's poofed. Did you want to leverage that second attack on the blue?
if it's gonna hit.
It will.
Yes.
Traditionally, I know it's not okay to do that, but in this circumstance, I am going to allow it. So,
It's all right. I promise not to ring any bells at you.
okay. He's going to try to respond in kind and roll a natural one.
Hey!
So he tries to get you with the tack lash, and you hold up your arm, and it wraps around your forearm, and then you just yank it, and it pulls it out of his hands. So now you have a puny elf man standing in front of you.
Craig,
Looking a
use your
little scared.
intimidate.
I
You can.
I can't intimidate and full attack in the same turn.
Go ahead.
No,
Just roll
I use
intimidate.
usually a standard action.
Just do an intimidate. Just let me
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
to see what happens.
Yes, God.
Oh, yeah.
That's 22.
Oh yeah. He's probably making bricks right now.
His intimidation is honestly just him smirking.
Oh sure.
He takes his weapon and then he just smiles across his face and he lets out a flurry of blows
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
punches him
Oh yeah, that
a whole
second attack.
bunch.
That second attack hits and takes him out.
Yeah.
As the savage orc slave beats his masters down.
Yes. As he does, he says, "It's Kunta Kinte." Oh, sorry. Can I not joke?
Oh man, I was thinking that.
Roots. Topical.
All right. Oof.
Honestly, though, for a second, great show. Anyways, with
was
that, Gur just kind of like takes a deep breath and like wipes the blood from his face. It's not his own blood; it's drow blood for sure. But he wipes it off nonetheless, and then yeah, we're gonna solid snake this. He stuffs all of the bodies in the boxes over here to hide them.
Oh sure.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about the last part. He's gonna go ahead and see if he can't find any like identification or like a security card on these guys. Pick up all of his gear that he tossed down and try and his armor's there, right? Because he's gonna put on his armor.
Yeah, your
At this
armor is
point.
there.
Okay, he puts on his armor, however long
Mhm.
that takes. Do I hear like an elevator coming still, or am I good?
No, the elevator is on the level that you are currently on. So-
Fantastic. Okay.
Mhm.
So barring any other guys like potentially showing up, he grabs his stuff. He grabs anything important or that looks like it would be of value off of the guards. And he's gonna go.
I know typically we don't talk about equipment during the show just because it's heck to manage.
Yeah.
But knowing that you're a fan of grenades,
Yes, that's what I was gonna ask
each-
about.
Each of these guards is carrying 2 shot grenade 1s. So you effectively have 6 level 1 shot grenades.
Fools! And I'll go ahead and load up those 6 shot grenades into my brand spanking new grenade launcher that I had bought before they picked me up.
But yes, if you'd like to take a look around, you can take a look at the state of the elevator.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's this over to the right.
It is, and that it's not occupied and it's not moving currently. You think you might be able to take some time to maybe use a resolve, rest,
Oh, thank
get
God.
your stamina back.
Yes, please.
And we are actually going to change over. We're not changing maps. Same map, different location. Oh, I just realized I didn't have a Dross with this group. Please.
He got lost. That's
Oh
gonna be
no!
He got lost
no.
again.
That's what we spend the rest of our morning doing, like finding a Dross.
Where's that Dross?
He's lost in the park.
All right. And I might not have it set up correctly, so we'll have to find out.
Ooh.
Oh, I realized I didn't give Adros sight. I didn't give him eyes.
Yeah, you gotta let him see it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Is the red bar? That's stamina, right? That's what we're using it for.
Red should usually for hit points. Green
Yeah,
is
my
for
red
stamina.
is health.
Oh, and you can change the order of it. Oh gosh. Oh jeez. All right. So yeah, do you guys do you guys talk to Adros or anything as you make your way to Zazor?
Oh, if nothing else, Adros could be regaling with stories.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. About how you saved the entire universe.
Basically.
Oh no, he wouldn't tell you that story. Why would he tell you that story?
What? That's the best story.
He would tell you other story. I mean, if you asked him to, but he doesn't. He probably doesn't realize it's an interesting story, so he's probably telling you something far more boring.
Like
Mouse started playing a game on her phone.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about.
Let's see, has sight. Okay, there we go. We're all set here.
Oh, perfect.
So.
Oh, hey, is
you
this
know,
the big important guy? Where it's one stone.
All right, so the plan is no one has to fight anyone. We're just gonna inform them
You're gonna
that
blackmail
we have
them,
all
right?
of the cards.
And are you going as yourself, Captain, or someone else?
Oh, who else could I? I mean, it doesn't make sense to be the drow. Yeah, I think I'll just be myself. Yeah, that'll work fine.
Alright.
It might even be a new experience for you.
Oh no, I do this
Maybe a
all
new
the time.
experience for them.
It's a new experience for a lot of people, honestly. So you made your way through Corona. The radiation danger has died down. Corona itself is I'll briefly bring us over to it. It is a bustling hub of activity. It's actually largely known for having a bunch of merchants there. It's a lot of metal hues, a lot of coppers and brasses, but also some sun-faded paints and stuff as you make your way through the marketplace. The building that stands out is your destination, the Zazor outpost. It's a repurposed archipelago building. It clearly looked a lot more geometric before you got there. And this is not the building we're currently looking at. This is some apologies, some kind of diner that we see here. But the Zazor outpost has some drow-style decorations on it. It's been painted mostly black. It has like spikes and stuff on it.
I bet that the local homeowners association really got upset at that.
Yeah,
Why does Why does every evil entity like spikes? I had to fight a bunch of cultists that had spikes on their armor for like a year. It was tiring. The aesthetic is over. I don't care. I'm taking down all those spikes once we kill these people.
It's so year 312.
Right.
I agree. I agree.
That's
You're
312
right.
in the year of our
Spikes.
gap, by the way.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, perhaps to some it's a little surprising that the front door of the Zayzayur outpost is open to the public. It's not even like a closed institution. It looks like the front of the outpost just functions as a weapons store. So you're able to just walk right on inside.
It's just a gun shop.
Oh,
Yeah,
this will be
basically.
easy.
Yeah. So,
After you, Captain.
Of course, of course.
So as you enter, you are greeted by a cool dark room with silvered highlights. Sharp edges and spikes are not uncommon to see in this style of decoration. Once again, for anyone familiar with Drow, it's very them. As far as storefronts go, this one is not particularly well kept. Shelves are understocked, both on the floor and the walls. Some tables have computer interfaces where you can browse available equipment that might not be on display. Behind the counter is a drow wearing what looked like a pair of techno sunglasses. It is, in fact, none other than the Burdak Zayzayur that Mouse was able to find earlier. His legs are crossed and resting on the counter, and his hands are wrapped around a tablet which he is browsing. He doesn't even look up as you enter, simply saying, "Welcome to Zayzayur Outpost. Please let me know if you need anything."
Harald will walk up to the front desk with his crew behind him, and in particular address his looming form above him and behind him. Hi. We're going to need you to release the half-orc prisoner that you acquired earlier this morning. Toot sweet.
Um, he looks up from his tablet like he was only paying half attention. Like you get the impression that he didn't actually catch what you said. But he sees a Dross and he's like, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I said the half-orc you captured earlier today, you're going to release into our custody, and we won't go to the authorities with this video, or tear down this building brick by brick.
Mouse helpfully brings it up on Serendipity. And then it shows a really damning picture of them, like, knocking out Gur and dragging him away.
He looks amongst a lot of you, and then particularly he looks back at Adros, who looks terrifyingly imposing, even if he's not trying to be. Is Adros trying to look scary, or is he just looking at the weapons?
No, yeah, there's like a screen that has a rifle on it, and Adros is like, "I like that rifle." And then you hear him say,
Come on,
under
Adros,
his
work with
breath-
me here.
Yeah, well, no, then you hear him say under his breath, even though it's probably loud enough for everyone to hear, and he says, "Maybe I'll just take down this entire corporation just to get that rifle."
Oh.
That's the kind of
And
fun
it
you
might-
have when you're level 12.
oh, honey, please, 13.
Yeah, Dross is he's got some levels on him. I'm not gonna lie, there's some levels there.
He's a big boy.
So yeah, seeing this group of intercessors and seeing his chances, he very slowly just kind of puts his tablet down. He reaches into his pocket and he stands up and he slides a key card across the table and he says, "How about this? I drop my key card and I live, and you guys do whatever you like."
why don't you order them to bring the prisoner up here?
He laughs. He's like, I think you'll find that I can't really order these guys to do much of anything.
I'll give it a token sense motive.
Oh yeah, do a sense motive.
Is that 29?
So yeah, in his tone and his body language, it's reflected that he does not command the respect that his position of head of the outpost should give him.
There's a reason he's on front desk.
Right now, he is basically pissing himself and would love nothing more than to just go get an ice cream.
Alright.
I haven't had ice cream in so long.
Poor guy.
Why don't you just go grab an ice cream?
He doesn't understand how you knew that that's exactly what he wanted.
29 cents motive, baby.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, he goes ahead and just slides that key card over to you, and then goes. Boop, 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 boop. he just very quickly power walks out the door. Leaving the storefront completely unattended.
Well, that was easy.
Andros looks at Harold and says, "Well, that was really well done. I normally am used to having to murder my way through these things, and oh wow, that's good job. Good job."
Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. Although murder may still be on the menu. Let's see if everyone.
Boy.
Let's see if everyone else is as receptive as he.
I hope so. Well, I kind of hope maybe a few people don't, try to fight. Would be nice. I've been on it took me a while to get here, and I haven't fought anybody in weeks, so it'd be nice.
Don't worry, Adras. All of his plans eventually go sideways.
So
Alright, where's the
here-
door? I don't even see it. Ah, I see it.
Yeah, I know this map. I didn't do a great job with this one. The other maps are better. But yes, there's a doorway there that you can see, and with your key card, it opens readily. Boop.
Haha.
So when you enter the back room, this room immediately after the storefront appears to have maintained its original design and has not been decorated by any drow design. Apparently, it's not important to have that design beyond maintaining a forward appearance. Back here is the standard design that you see in a lot of archipelago architecture. There's a doorway immediately to your right, and there's a hallway down, which leads to what appears to be an elevator of some sort.
Would have been nice if he'd told us where the prisoner was.
No, he yeeted out.
In my experience, prisoners are always in two locations: the highest tower or the deepest dungeon. I suggest we go down.
Well, let's try that elevator.
Seth,
Yes,
cannot see anything.
you cannot see anything. Like nothing?
No.
Oh, I mean, I can see the room, I can see the storefront, but I can't see the hallway or anything beyond the door.
Adros is blind, everyone.
Oh,
No, what have we
Dude, I think he
done?
might have maybe put himself in
What is
outside the walls.
emits? Oh, is it emits light? Is that what I need?
I mean, he should emit light. He's a pretty divine dude.
Yeah. Eh? Are you good now?
Oh, well, maybe I have to get around this corner. Is that it? Yeah, I just had to get around the corner.
Okay, okay. There we go.
I can't see through this metal wall.
So yeah, you're gonna bypass the door to your right here.
Look,
Oh, there's
when
no door?
Adras Varanas tells you to go for the elevator, you go for the elevator.
That's
Oh
true.
man, but there's Oh man, but there's a door. There's a door here, guys.
No. Harold, I spoke too quickly. This is a weapons dealer, and there could be some really cool stuff behind this door. So let's check it out.
All right, I'll go first, and maybe they'll.
5-finger discount.
Hey, Harold, why don't you be that guy from out front, and then you might not have much pull. But...
Oh, I suppose. Let's see here. It looks like we can open the door, so I close the door again, and then these sort of metal
There's nobody in there.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll describe my
Before we
transformation
go down the
anyways.
elevator, then.
His like pink fleshy skin hardens and turns silver, except like nodes of it which turn into these like red lights on his armor, and then a mouth appears where there usually isn't one, and the two tentacles merge together and then sprout this white hair. And then I have to pinch the ears out of my head putty, as is tradition.
Dross looks at the other two and says, "Is that normal? Does he do that all the time?"
He does it a lot, but I don't know if I'd call it normal.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
Common, yes. Normal, no.
yeah, this room to the east appears to be just like a workshop. You see a lot of half-finished weapons and stuff. You suspect you might be able to piece some together if you have somebody who's mechanically inclined, such as a mouse. Given the appropriate amount of time, which means I will award you with equipment after the episode. But there's batteries in here.
Yeah. Let's see. Mouse kind of skips in like, oh, very nice, yes. And then she just kind of like downloads all of the plans and so forth to her cloud.
Oh, sure. But yeah, you can find a total of 5 batteries amongst you, whatever kind of capacity you might need. So
Nice.
go ahead and add some bats.
Will do.
But yeah, aside from that, as you proceeded towards the elevator, you saw a doorway over to the east, which was over there. Yes, that indicated it was a garage / loading dock. Perhaps not important right now.
Ah, yes, that looks like an escape route.
Yes, good to know.
All right, into the elevator, everyone.
Okay. As they enter the elevator, I think that might be a good time for us to take a break.
Oh yes, probably.
Woo!
So, everybody okay with taking a 15?
I sure would like a bio
Need
break.
more
I
coffee.
am.
Yeah.
More
Alright.
caffeine.
I
All right.
occupy a physical body. All right.
So everybody who
See you in a bit.
Yeah, everybody who's here, we will be back. We will cram some food. I'm not going to say my signature line. I know it grossed people out.
Aw. But I
We'll
want
do
to
a bio.
sample the facilities.
Oh, well, somebody else said it. But yes, we will be back in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Pray to RNGesus that the connection stays up, but also pray to RNGesus that I get to crit and kill Adros Varanus, because Patrick has never managed to do it.
Oh, well, that's
And that
the
would be
dream.
some serious bragging rights.
It's true. That's true. Remember,
Like, I
a
killed
book.
Varanus.
Yeah, I mean, a book 6 boss and 2 walls of force could not kill this.
I know.
This
It was
boy, so
crazy.
It would
Crazy.
be impressive if you managed to do it.
Oh no, this guy's gonna go down like a sack of potatoes. Anyway, all right. Let's get back to it. Unless anybody has anything else they would like to say.
No.
All right. When we left off, our group was descending an elevator deeper into the Zazerer outpost. Let's see. Why is this not doing a thing? There should be music. Whatever. We'll do it live. We are doing it live. As as you.
It is indeed live.
I know. It's crazy, right? As you descend downward. Woo, okay, well, there we go. You go even deeper into this archipelago structure, and to Herald and Kaelin, they've seen this kind of stuff before. It's a bunch of like metal hallways that served, again, some sort of unknown purpose for whoever lived here before people moved in. Right across the hall, you see a door with a sign that says Administrator Drenzok. Though down the hallway to your left, Herald, you see a drow soldier, what looks like posted as a guard, holding a azimuth laser rifle.
Okay. As that front door drow, what voice does he have? Let's go with this voice. Yeah, this will work. I'll walk out of the elevator, looking nervously over my shoulder, and say, guys, there's some a guy upstairs who's acting really hostile and threatening. I was sort of hoping that, I'm worried he's gonna try to take some stuff. Maybe you can go up there and talk some sense into him.
They both look at each other and roll their eyes, because you're the guy that they don't like. Technically, one of their bosses that they kind of technically have to listen to, but they're like, yeah, we'll take care of it. And they
I don't think you need both of them. Just like one of you should be fine. I don't want to scare the other customers.
The drow Space Frank, who is immediately next to you, will like look over his shoulder and be like, all right, whatever, and he'll just like motion him back over.
Wait, did Adros pop out of the elevator?
No. Yeah. You didn't tell him to stay in the elevator.
So he, after gesturing to have his friend go back down the hallway, he looks back and suddenly sees Adros standing there. And he's like,
Herald turns around and says, sorry, Adros. I probably should have mentioned how this usually goes.
Oh.
And then we roll initiative.
No, Adros looks at the drawing and goes, I'm here to get a tour. I'm considering doing a commercial for this arms deal thing. So he's giving me a tour of the facility.
He doesn't buy it at all. And
Nope.
he raises his laser rifle at you. So you suspect that he's not gonna buy it.
Oh, that's very cute, but you don't want to do. Let's not do that.
We don't have to roll initiative. Like, this is a Dross here. These guys are CR1. There's only one way this is gonna go. He can basically roleplay his way through this.
Describe it.
Yeah,
Paint a picture.
So the drow will.
Oh God! Please don't paint a picture.
They both raise their laser rifles at Adros and take a shot, and they just reflect harmlessly off of your armor. They do nothing.
The lasers, they do nothing.
They do nothing. Adros just walks up to the first guy, the first drow, and he grabs the laser rifle with his hand like over the barrel, and he can shoot my hand if he wants to. And then he just rips it out of the guy's hand and just smacks him on the head with it. That'll probably do enough damage.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll for it?
No, I mean you can if you want.
Just don't roll a 1.
So you're
Yeah,
hitting him in the head with his own rifle, basically.
Yeah, I'll just like hit him.
Stop
In,
hitting
it doesn't-
yourself.
It doesn't. I'll just roll the Spear of Fates in place of the
Oh, dear God.
actual thing.
Holy wow!
I mean, I rolled a 3, but I got a 23. Does that hit him?
Good
Yes, it does.
lord.
Okay, well,
Um,
let's just say he's knocked out then.
Gerald, you have never seen anybody fight with the efficiency that Idras seems to so effortlessly display. He just got shot in the hand and ignored it and used this man's own weapon to knock him out with one swing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Is this other guy still wanting to fight?
He actually takes a couple shots and then runs around the corner to the west here.
I really hate it when they make it harder than it has to be. Does anybody need this? And he's holding up the rifle. He's probably crushed the end of it. It's mostly useless.
I was gonna say it's
uh,
probably got the broken condition at least.
It's
Yeah, I
broken,
don't know.
yes.
I don't think we can use that, but thanks for offering.
No problem. And then he bends down and he puts the rifle like back in the unconscious Drow's hands. He's like, "Here, you can have this back. Right? I hope you feel better. I hope you can feel better soon."
Pats him a couple times.
After you, Idras.
Sure. Sorry that I ruined your plan. My old friend Knack, he always had plans, and I usually ended up ruining them because he wouldn't tell me what to do beforehand.
No, that's all right. We've heard the stories. I like your plan better.
You actually, you hear an alarm at this point. Somebody has sounded an alarm that there is an intruder.
Masculini,
Yes, Serendipity?
that particular frequency of alarm indicates that the system has been alerted to the presence of intruders.
Yeah, thanks, Thanks a lot, Serendipity. Go back to compiling that code that I asked you to do.
Man, I wish I had a cool computer that told me when things were going on. I would fare much better.
Yeah, Idras could really use a serendipity, to be completely honest.
Oh, for sure.
A life coach.
Well,
So,
let's go through that door over there.
Yeah, you did notice the door to the northwest that had the administrator's nameplate on it. They might that might have some information as to where Gur is. However, you do hear a series of footsteps coming from the south, which might impede your ability to peacefully explore the office.
Well, why don't we slip into the office really quickly and then barricade the door?
If you guys want to take care of the office, as long as there aren't any people in there that need my attention, I could hold back these guys while you guys search peacefully.
All right. Gerald will open the door and stride in.
All right. So at this point,
Man, it is
Right.
really nice getting around with a set of keys. Rather than me having to, like, pick every lock.
actually, you find that Burdak's key card doesn't open this door.
Oh,
my
man.
This
God.
guy sucks.
Poor
But yeah.
Burdak. Rude.
It turns out Drenzlog might not like Burdak a whole lot. Who knows?
Joke's on him. He's eating ice cream right now, and they have Rocky Road.
Oh, can I? This is my favorite thing to try to do. Back when I was with my old crew, every time we would come up against a locked door, we would try to break it down with our bare hands. Can I try?
Be my guest.
Awesome. It never works, but I always like it when it does work. I'll just try a strength check. We've
Do
done.
it.
Yeah. Oh man, I rolled a 15. It's 21. No, it never works, but it's always fun to try.
I'm trying to think about like the hardness of a door like this. You know what?
What's it made of?
Oh, it's probably made out of some sort of like composite
Probably
or
glassite.
a plastic of some sort.
I might have the DC like.
Oh,
in
no,
my
you're
little
right.
cheat sheet.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's roll a cool it. He walks up and he does like a Fonzie Like he smacks the door and it shudders and slowly rattles like halfway open.
Ah, that's better than I normally do. I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, I'm gonna go take care of all those bad guys. Phone me if you need something.
You can hear some like tactical like squad talk coming from around the corner to the south. So-
Adros gets out. He like takes off this golden spear, which is basically when it's not powered up, it just looks like mostly like a rod. And he pushes a few things on it, and just these massive, pronged flames come out of one end. It just looks like a giant Inferno Dosco, and he just goes charging down the hall with it.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Yeah, I think they'll be okay. Let's
I'm gonna go ahead
Really
and
happened.
actually take you off of here so that the stream does not see, because they will see what's going on. But all right, so Adros charges down the hallway, and you can immediately hear the sounds of battle coming from around the corner.
You've got this.
Yeah, you think he's probably gonna be fine.
We search
So-
this office.
All right. Immediately you notice that the drow aesthetic has returned here. Apparently it's important for Drenzok to have this room look like drow space, like he's homesick or something. There are computer terminals to the northwest and a computer at his desk, which you might be able to get information from.
Oh yeah, all mine.
She just kind of shoves you out of the way.
As you shove, it sloughs to the side like water.
Oh.
Yeah, you regret it immediately. That's my defense mechanism.
Gross. Kaylin watches
moves
the
like
door.
And I do a
Bruce Lee
perception.
would love to teach Herald, by the way, if you think about it, because he can actually move like water.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
Anyway, I search the room for any hidden cupboards or what have you with a 25 perception, while Mouse fiddles with computers.
Okay. Yeah, you see another. In the desk, you are able to locate another key card, Drenzok's key card, which
Upgrade.
is probably a little bit better than Vertax, if you had to guess. And Mouse gets a 15 on the computer's check. You're not quite able to get past the security on the computer with that.
Can I try again?
Yes. The alarm's already going off, so. Oh no!
11! Oh, that's a 1! That's a critical.
That's a natural one. Okay, you think that you might be one step away from a lockout.
Heart of the cards.
Heart of the cards.
The heart of the dice cards.
All right, serendipity. Watch my back.
Oh no!
And she gets a 15 again.
Great rolls.
Okay.
Am I locked out of the computer?
This computer, yes. There's another terminal to the northwest that you could also try to get
Well,
into.
fine.
Does Mouse slam the keyboard or anything?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like bang!
She's not used to this. She takes it very personally.
I-
All right,
I would too.
so she's gonna try this one.
Mhm.
30! She gets a nat 20.
Okay.
That's right.
What's the pronk version of B word?
Of which word?
The B word.
I don't think there is one.
Hmm.
Tyler, is there a substitute for the B word?
No, there's no direct translation. In that.
That's
There's a
okay,
bunch
it's
of
for the
swear-
best.
There's a bunch of in-canon swear words,
Uh-huh.
like duve and raffer, but not a direct one for that.
Okay.
Raffer sounds good.
That's right, Raffer.
I don't think I've heard that one. I'll have to go back and listen to the episodes. I don't think I've caught you guys saying that one.
No, I don't know if that one appeared in season 1. It might have been. I think Patrick might have said Rarfin once in season 2, but that's it.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Either way, yeah, you're able to find that a transfer of live goods has been made to the special storage down on level 3. And also, it looks like it's being scheduled for a food shipment back to Aposte. You don't know
Well,
why
that's just
people would
rude.
ship food from the sun to Aposte? That doesn't seem to make sense.
Unless, of course, it's Gur.
Mhm.
It's really rude. I mean, are they gonna eat him? Do you think they're gonna eat him?
Well,
God, I knew Drow were gross, but like that seems barbaric even.
well,
to them.
does it
I
say
thought they were more like the
where the food is located?
some storage room down on the basement, I think.
Level 3.
Level.
Deepest dungeon.
You're currently on level 1, sub-level 1.
Does the
Alright.
elevator go that low?
It does not.
All right.
The way down it is.
I'll come
You're able to
it.
get a map, which indicates that if you leave this room and head south, west, and then north again, there are some stairs that will take you to the cargo room, which will allow you to access the special cargo room, which is where you suspect the Gur is currently being held.
All right. I will
Very special card.
text Adras, whose comm number I assume he gave us. When you're done there, or when you can pull yourself away from your work, we're heading to the west. We found another elevator there that should lead us to our friend.
Your comm unit goes off while you're fighting Ross.
You just hear like the sounds of chaos and Drow screams, but Adras is talking. Adras is talking to you like he's in a in a living space. He's like, okay, well, I'm almost done over here, teaching these guys why being bad is bad, and I'll follow up with you afterwards.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Have fun killing the bad guys.
Good luck storming the castle.
All right. We'll head down the hallway and go west.
All right. You see down in the southwestern corner here what appears to be a cafeteria. Nothing special. A bunch of stools around chairs and food dispensers. But yeah, the sounds of fighting get louder the farther west you go. And you see two drow staring hesitantly at this door, which is labeled as barracks, and you hear the fighting happening in there currently. They have a very much like, I don't want to go in there, you go in there kind of attitude right now.
Hi, gentlemen. I'll say in the voice of... Oh, wait, no, hold on, I can do better than this. As soon as I peek around the corner and see them looking north, I peek back and turn into that really important drow that I saw in the video.
Oh, Drenzok, okay.
Yeah, Drenzak. Gentlemen, why don't you tell me what you're doing?
We were just about to, yeah, and they run into the barracks, like, to do their job.
Lol.
Adros notices two drow show up behind him in the barracks for him to take care of.
All right, I will motion Mouse and Kaelin down.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Oh, thank you.
This appears to be some sort of locker room. Your destination, you know, is these stairs over in the northwest corner of this hallway.
Want to see
Happy
what we can
Rogue.
steal from their lockers?
I doubt I can stop you.
Masquerade. Stealing and personal larceny is not on your list of goals for the day. Are you sure you want to divert your time and energy towards this new goal?
Fine. Fine.
I was just gonna say, it occurs to you that these drow are here legally. You're just trying to break up an actually, let me backtrack this. Can I get a culture check? I guess probably from Herald and from Kaelin. I think the only two people who
Kaelin's
have
is okay, yeah.
culture in the group.
Oh, Kaelin got a 23.
Hey, I got a 23 about corporations, too.
Which the drow
Technically, yeah.
technically are, right? Like, the drow are just kind of a corporation in a way.
Yeah.
But either way, they both know pretty well that the drow have a very uneasy relationship with the Pact Worlds, and the Pact Worlds generally turns a blind eye to the slavery thing because most of the Pact Worlds are pretty not okay with it, but it is strictly technically legal. Just because if they try to enforce it, then the Drow will probably leave the Pact, and they would rather have them in the Pact than have a combatant within the Pact World system.
Yeah.
They'd,
So
they'd prefer to have them in the tent pissing out.
yeah.
I have not heard that before.
You've never heard the term
I
in the tent
love it.
pissing
Never
out
heard
rather
that
than out of the
before.
tent pissing in?
I love it.
It's fitting. It's appropriate. It's
That
perfect.
it's incredibly appropriate. I had to think about it for a moment, but I love it. That is 100% accurate. So, you know that this slavery thing has some very. It's not legal on
No,
the
no, no.
sun.
Right. Yeah. So really, what we're doing is illegal, and what they were doing is totally legal. But we're sort of weighing in on the whole good versus evil axis here, more so.
And it's only legal on Apostate. It's not legal here. What they've done to capture Gur would probably be difficult for them to win the case in a court here on the Sun, because the Sun's like, oh no, you can't just capture slaves. You can't do that. Even if they're like, but on Apostate, he's our property. Like, so you're not technically out of the law here, but you also kind of are. This is a really big.
It would
gray
spend a
area
long
you're in.
time tied up in the courts, is what you're telling us, and it would
Yes.
cost lots and lots of money to figure it out. So they're not going to
So-
want to do it unless they're sure they can win.
It's
Yes,
okay.
but the less laws you break while you're doing this, the better, probably.
I see.
Yes, because it would give them more cause to come after you. So maybe stealing stuff, not a good idea. Just Just to give you a
Mouse, it's
comfort.
probably a little bit too much of a risk to relieve them of their possessions.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna. Didn't you hear Serendipity? Oh wait, did I finally get her to only send sound to my internal speakers?
No, I was just
You did
pretending.
not, Mouse Galini. My settings are still to be broadcast externally. You'll have, it's like, click here to change the settings. And it's like a bunch of nested menus.
No, I was just being polite and pretending I couldn't hear her. Well, but let's keep moving. I'm sure Dross will get tired eventually? Question mark?
yeah. Did we want to proceed to the cargo room?
Yeah.
All right,
Go up
I'm
these
gonna actually
stairs. Or
align
down?
you guys and move you. As you descend the stairs. Oh. Whoop. I did not grab you as a group. It rounds a corner. And you find yourselves on a banister. Kind of like a catwalk overlooking a big cargo room. Let's see here.
Oh, that's too many for the three of us.
They take you to what appears to be a cargo room. This is a massive space with accommodations for large shipping containers and crates of all sizes. The light is a little bit brighter here than it was in the previous room. Sterile white floodlights allowing the crane operator greater sight range than Drow's natural dark vision allows them to see. To the east is a massive freight elevator, which looks like it could transport a vehicle or two if it needed to. And it looks like it might ascend diagonally upwards towards the garage that you saw before. But it's difficult to say from where you currently are. To the west is a raised platform about 20 feet above the bottom level, and standing there is a drow, which appears to be wearing nicer armor than the ones that you've noticed so far. And you recognize him as the one that showed up in the broadcast, the one who took his helmet off when Gur was captured. From your railing, you see several drow down below amidst the containers, and they all have weapons trained aiming up at you.
Oh, crap.
And the drow over on the banister walks up. He says, "You've been expected," putting his hands on the railing. "I assumed that you were the heroic sort, so of course you would come storming into our outpost, ignoring pact laws." His eyes kind of glower with malice, and he says, "In case you think you're doing the right thing here, allow me to educate you. Guruk Goretooth is a property of House Zazerer. He is not a free orc, and he will be coming with us." Do you guys have anything to say?
Oh yes, just didn't have push to talk pressed. I apologize.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's true. Garuk is a member of my crew, and we don't leave people behind.
He just kind of raises a brow, like you're even daring to challenge him. It's like, "Oh, and do you have the paperwork for that?"
Yes.
Because he takes out his tablet and holds it up, but you can't see it from this distance. He's like, "That's funny because I have his pact of ownership right here."
Well, I think you'll find, and I bring up my comm unit and text for Edras to get down here, please, very quickly. I'll show you the documentation that shows that ownership has been transferred in just a moment. I'll need your space email address.
Dylan's gonna telepathic message, Mouse, could you do that quick?
It is actually around this moment that you hear down here. You see there's like a little cargo elevator, and it slowly comes up to the top, and standing in the cargo elevator is none other than Gur.
Like I imagine some kind of like metal song plays because he's got his sleeves ripped off and he's got his chain dangling from his hands, and he like, it rattles to the top, and he's got his head tilted down and his eyes open, and like he looks out, and like the music kicks up a notch.
You fools! This isn't even my final form.
So, yeah, Gur, you come to see this scene. A bunch of drow who are not paying attention to you, or were not, kind of turning to see you standing in the freight elevator. And you see Drenzok, the guy who was bullying you before, standing up on this platform, looking down, and he goes, "How did you get out?"
Gur's not even gonna say anything. Really quick, was there any access to any latent or like what were the chances there was like plasma in that box of stuff downstairs? High, low?
He could probably have taken the time to find stuff to make a plasma-related grenade.
Oh, fantastic! That is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so Gur's just gonna look at him, and he's not even gonna say anything. He's just gonna smirk, and he pulls like this haphazard looking canister out from his belt.
Well,
that's got a little bit of unstable looking materials in there, and he's just gonna throw it at him. Just gonna throw it at him. He doesn't even want to hear what this guy has to say.
Okay,
he's done with this shit.
Roll an attack roll, I guess. That's pretty far. It's 20 feet up, and
it's 20 feet up. Okay,
yeah.
Hold on. I didn't even do a measurement here. It should be mentioned that my range increment with grenades is.
Wait, don't you have a grenade launcher?
35 feet. Oh my god. You're right. It's but I don't have it. Nope. We're doing it this way because that's if it's 20 feet up as well, that's 85 feet away. That is at my second range instrument. That I just need to hit a 7 to get it up there. Or a 9 to get it up there, rather.
Though remember that'll affect the DC.
Oh, will it?
Yeah. Any penalties to the attack roll also apply to the DC.
Okay.
No. Okay. We're going to.
Go ahead.
We're not going to do that then. We're saving that grenade, and we're just gonna shoot him. We're just gonna shoot him with one of the 6 shot grenades that was in my grenade launcher.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Ignore the improvised bit there. Oh, look at that. 17 to hit for 3 damage.
What's the range on that?
Grenade launcher?
What's the DC? I mean,
The DC is going to be 12. 12 for half. Yeah, I know. Grenades are a lot of fun, guys.
The shot grenade goes off next to him, and he just kind of like growls. And he's like, "I see you got your equipment back." And it's precisely at this moment you hear a couple of really loud bangs and a couple of drow screaming at this doorway to the north here, and then the door literally falls forward with a pile of drow bodies. And through the smoke, none other than Adros Varanus emerges, standing above them.
Adros comes out, and he's got his spear in one hand, and then he's just got a armful of weapons. And he looks over at.
Oh no!
He looks around and he sees the rest of them. He goes, "Hey guys, I found a ton of weapons. I got them all for you. I figured you could use them."
Can you use them on him?
Oh, lovely.
Oh no, these weapons are terrible for me, but you know, I figured you might need them. And it's just this whole. He's just got weapons falling off of him. There's just like rifles and swords and spears and pikes.
We really appreciate your generosity, but we're sort of trying to stage a rescue operation.
Drenzog is witnessing all of this happening right now.
I would like to remind everyone as well that the big bad has been talking to Harald. Still looks like the big bad.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right.
Yes.
Stop talking to yourself. Stop talking to yourself.
But Drenzog whirls on towards this spectacle and goes, "Adros Varanus." So he goes,
"Oh hey, Gary, Steve, Hank, you."
He snarls and he says, "You'll regret this. Get them! Keep the orc alive!" I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Be an envoy.
He might be an envoy.
Only envoys are allowed to say that.
Ooh.
I may be level 13. My initiative still not great.
Okay. This is going to take a moment for me to roll initiative. I probably should have done it beforehand.
Hey, yeah, that's what's up. Gur is just ready to murder.
Oh, look at that. You're got 23.
You guys ready for some girder?
Oh, that's bad.
It's going to be great.
Oof.
I love that Harald walked in and the. Go ahead, Tate.
What's everybody wielding, by the way?
I did. You know, I have a gun now. I have an arc
rifle.
I have a static arc pistol.
A grenade launcher.
I have the Spear of Fates.
Yeah.
Spear of Fates.
Jesus.
Oh,
no big deal. It's just Spear of Fates, you know. It's pretty
no big.
It's a level 13 weapon.
So big.
I love how it's like, oh, I've got an azimuth laser rifle. I've got a junk grenade launcher. Oh, I'm just wielding the Spear of Fates.
What now? Who said you could have that?
Yeah, it was an ancient weapon once wielded by a knight of Galarian that was lost to time.
It was on special at Space Kmart, you know.
Yeah.
I picked one up. It seemed like it would have been a good idea. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of drow in the turn order here. But Gur
is a lot of drow.
Is the most ready, apparently, of the group. Did you roll a natural 20 on that initiative?
Negative 18.
18, still really good.
I have improved initiative. It's worth it, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Takreet might disagree with you on that one, but you know, I always roll like crap anyway.
I was gonna say if Takreet could actually roll higher than a 3 on initiative.
My heart.
Poor Takreet.
All right,
Takreet, rest in peace. We love you. Gur is going to start off his turn by drawing that plasma grenade and chucking it in here. It's got a 20-foot radius, so it's going to hit all 4 of these guys.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and roll that, and then they need to make 2... No, not 2 saves. They just need to make 1 save.
Oh, drow, I guess. Yeah. Is
Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. That's some damage. That's fire and electric because it's plasma, and then
it's electric.
Beep, 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 beep. Anyways, I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So there's no save for the second part, but so it's a reflex save. 14. No, sorry, it's half the grenade level. So it's still a 12
12. Okay. Got
for
it.
half. But all of their weapons and armor and equipment that runs on charges each loses 1 charge, and anything that's not running on charges is non-functioning for 1 round because of the electromagnetic pulse.
My gosh. Okay. So any kind of electricity-based weapon is not functioning for a round?
No, it's anything that doesn't run on charges. So if it's got a battery, it only loses a charge. But if
Oh.
it's not running on like a battery specifically, it doesn't function. So like flashlights or whatever.
I see.
Computers within the area stop functioning for a round.
Got it. So like laser rifles just lose a charge and that sort
Precisely. Yes.
of thing? Okay.
Otherwise, it would be super OP.
Yeah, so it looks like most of them were not ready for this grenade attack. Pink is the only one here who seems to have managed to evade most of the damage. The other 3 immediately bloodied by this explosion, which, let me see if I... The grenade sound is super quiet in Sirenscape. I did it. I don't know if you heard it.
I heard it.
It was in there. So, yeah, they get caught in that explosion, and it's really nasty. I guess that was your whole turn, wasn't it? You had to get the grenade ready. Okay.
That would be my turn.
All right. Let's see. Red here is going to lean up over his cover and try to take a shot at Herald. I think Herald might also have cover because he's elevated about 10 feet.
That
I'd
sounds
say
true.
so.
There's precedent for it, yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. I think that this might hit. Does a 24 hit your EAC?
Yeah.
And we just roll mischance, right? For cover.
No, I think covers either a 2 or a 4.
Covers in
AC.
addition to your AC, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's
Usually a
full
plus
cover that
2.
you do a mischance for, right?
No, that's concealment.
Concealment.
Oh, it's concealment. That's right. So I think partial cover is like 2, and full cover is like 4.
Well, full cover means you can't be affected. I think partial
Oh.
covers
Yes, that's right.
4.
Okay. So yeah, you have partial cover. Does 24 hit you with partial cover?
No. I mean, yes. It has to be with almost complete cover.
That will be 5 laser damage as that leverages an azimuth rifle at you.
Does it split his head back in twain?
I like to imagine that at some
Gross.
point, if he gets shot at and it doesn't hit him, it's because he split his head up and the bullet goes between the eye stalks. Blue is going to try to take a shot at Mouse.
Rude.
I'm going to assume a 10 doesn't hit.
Ha ha ha!
really hope not.
No!
She's
Alright.
shorter than everybody else, so she gets better coverage from the railing.
All right. Etras, you notice that Drenzok pulls out what appears to be a sonic pistol, and he attempts to shoot you with it.
As he's pulling it out, Dross is like, I know what those are. I had a party member use those almost exclusively for many months.
Yes, he's going to shoot at you with the sonic weapon. Does a 31 hit your EAC. Wait,
Yes, it does.
I'm sorry, that's a 35, so that's still yes. Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
that was it.
Do. Gosh, this is terrifying. Please take 13 sonic damage. Sorry, 23 sonic damage.
23. Okay.
Yeah, 23. I forgot to add the extra. And if there's any reduction to that.
Sonic reduction? There is not.
Okay. So yes, Adros gets blasted by a sonic pistol up on the raised platform there. And that brings us to Mouse.
All right, Mouse is gonna screw some things up. Let's see. So, what is this machine here?
That's a
kneeling by?
shipping container.
Oh. Ooh. All right. Well, then I
So
guess
you might not
she'll
have a
just shoot
shot
this
on
guy.
that guy. Yeah, you can get that guy. He basically has no
Yeah.
cover from where you're at.
Mm-hmm. All right. Serendipity, designate target.
Target designated. And she's gonna shoot with the auto target rifle.
Do it. I know you can.
Full attack, because she doesn't need to move.
You used a move action to target.
Oh wait, you're right.
Mhm.
15.
And that's with the target?
Yes, it has been toggled on. Let's see, we've
Okay.
got the roll plus 2 plus.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
That is not quite enough, unfortunately. Mouse takes a shot and misses that drow.
Oh, she's
But he is still targeted. Herald?
No one's been damaged but me, and I can't moralize myself. I'll delay. Surely this will change.
Okay, it brings us back to Adros.
Adros kind of, he does that thing where you grab your shoulder and he rotates his shoulder around.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, well, at least one of you has some spunk. But, to be honest, this part's always my favorite. And he keys in a few buttons on his armor, and he goes invisible.
Oh, snap!
Oh boy.
And while he's invisible, he will take a move action to move up behind the guy who shot him with a sonic.
Okay.
Ooh, drow friend.
He's allowed to see a perception check. I think you have to make a stealth check, right?
Sure, I can stealth check. That's
I
not
think
very
that's
good.
how it works.
I thought technically invisibility gave you like a plus 20 to your stealth. Is what it was?
It's absurd. It's absurd.
Yeah, yeah. If I'm moving around, it's a plus 20, but it's not like he has points in
Yeah.
stealth. So it's like,
Yeah.
can I roll above a 10? Hopefully.
Yeah, and I think they have a pretty good
I cannot.
perception.
So that's
see
a
here.
5 with normal mods, and that's a 25 with invisibility.
Let me see. His perception is actually not super good. However, he does have detect magic. I don't think this is magic though.
This isn't, but you realize he's like bathed in magic. Nearly.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Either way,
So
Would,
detect magic only tells you that there is magic within that direction. It doesn't pinpoint it
Yeah,
until
other-
you've
otherwise
concentrated
it
for
would
like a round or
invalidate.
two.
Otherwise, it would invalidate all invisibility.
yeah. Either way, he has an idea that you're still up here with him somewhere, but he doesn't know where you are. So he's looking kind of vaguely in your direction. You think he might have detected that you moved behind him, but that does
Yeah.
not mean that he's going to know how to respond to your attack. So but he does drop his pistol and pull out an ultra thin longsword. Ready for your attack. Do you have any other actions, or is that it?
that's it.
Okay. That will bring us to this guy who is going to try and shoot Gur, the jerk who just blasted him and his friends. I believe it's going to be an 18 against EAC.
I believe that hits.
Okay.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And actually, it was higher than that. It was a 21. So, my bad on the math. Please to enjoy 4 fire damage, unless you reduce that in some way.
I do not. Not yet, at least.
Not yet.
Herald will take his turn.
Oh, okay.
I'll drip down from the catwalk and reform at the bottom behind this block. I'll have to make an acrobatics check to drip and take minimal falling damage.
It's only 10 feet, so I think it's a pretty easy check, right?
Right.
Well, yeah, it's in it. If you intentionally fall, it's you ignore the first 10 feet of damage.
Is that
but
athletics?
still got to make sure
acrobatics?
you're still upright when you get down there.
Yeah. Is that athletics or acrobatics? I forget.
I think it would be acrobatics.
19.
Yeah, you're fine. A 10-foot drop is not that big of a deal.
And how close do I need to be? 35.
He only took 4 damage, I think.
Yep.
What are you doing, Simon?
I'll save that action until he takes another hit. Sorry, I let go of the push to talk button again.
Okay, got it. You stopped talking, or we stopped hearing you at least. So
Nope, that was just the button.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, that'll bring it back to Purple, who is going to try and shoot back at Mouse. Oh, no, he misses. He misses hardcore.
Good.
That's a really bad roll. Wow. Kaylin.
I'll take a couple of shots at this purple one here.
Okay, doke.
Um,
Are you using a gun, or are you using?
I am using a gun.
A gun?
I'm using my static arc pistol. 11's
Oh.
probably gonna miss, but what about the 18?
The 18 does hit, so Kaylin
4
manages
electric
to
damage.
land a little electric weapon. Let me do this. There we go. That seems.
Yeah, I have a gun now.
There you
Crazy
go.
stuff, right?
That's weird. I'm not used to Kaylin with a gun. I don't like it. Get rid of it. Bring back old Kaylin. With that shot, it looks like he is bloodied now. Hanging on by a thread, as it were. Which will bring us to Green, who is peering out from behind the shipping container and taking a shot at her as well. Does an 11 hit your EA Seeker?
Not now. Not with my armor on.
It would have before, right?
Yeah, it would have met.
All right. So yeah, he leans out and he takes a shot, and it hits the blaster fire scorches the wall of the
Nice.
elevator behind you.
All right.
And Pink is going to take out his Tacklash and attempt to smack you.
I think you could have hit me from there. I'm pretty sure Tacklash has a reach of 10 feet.
Does it?
Yep.
I think that
Does
would be 15 feet. So he'll move here and do it. That makes more sense. Let's see. That would be a 14 to KAC.
KAC will miss.
Okay. Yeah. So
All right.
Nothing happens, and now it's Gur's turn again.
Harald, did you want to get in before me here and take your turn now?
If you not really.
That was technically the end of the round, so if you want to
Yeah,
get in there at the
we're
end.
back in the turn.
But no one's taking. Fine, I guess I can shoot purple.
I guess I could shoot.
It's just really not my style, you know.
You don't. I mean, you don't
What
have
episode was that? What episode was that? The why do I even have this thing? I forget when that happened.
Yeah, I guess I'll fire. I'll fire
Do
once
it.
with this gun. That mod seems. Yep. I shoot.
You miss.
I shoot some stairs.
Herald leans over the railing, but he doesn't even look. He just kind of holds his hand over the railing and shoots down, and the shot harmlessly bounces off of the container.
I like to imagine it's when a character that doesn't use guns picks up a gun and they're just like, how do I use this? And they hold it all I'll daintily like
Look up
cover
the
their
barrel.
eyes with the other hand and just like fire in a random direction.
All right, that will bring us back to Gur.
All right, Gur is going to go ahead and, oh boy. Technically, he has to shift grip again on his grenade launcher, so he can't double attack with a grenade launcher this round, unfortunately.
That's all right.
So he's just gonna fire once.
Okay. What kind of grenade is he shooting, and where is it going?
It is a frag grenade.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it loaded up half and half. We're gonna say he did that instead, if you'll allow it, because I don't have shot grenade programmed in right now. I'm just realizing. I will make one, but for now it's a frag grenade. Max 6 damage. DC still 12 for half.
Where's it going?
It's gonna go. It's only 15-foot radius, so it's going to go where it can hit these 3 guys.
Okay, pink, orange, and green.
Yep.
And DC 12 on the reflex?
DC 12 again, reflex save. Yep.
Oh.
And then he cackles maniacally.
Yep.
Green here catches a piece of shrapnel like to the face. He cries out. He did not, despite being halfway behind something, did not manage to avoid the grenade. However, orange and pink appear to have come out mostly okay, considering that a frag grenade just went off next to them.
Yeah.
They all kind of stumble and stagger as the explosive goes off.
Fantastic.
Do you have another action, or is that it?
I technically have a move action since it's only a swift to change grip on a weapon, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. I think he's probably gonna stay where he is.
Stay where he's at. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That'll bring us back to Red. It's perfectly fine staying in cover and trying to shoot Harald. Does a 19 hit your EAC while you are in partial cover?
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
It's okay.
Oh no. So he pops up from behind cover, takes a shot, and nails you for 9 fire damage with his laser rifle.
Ow.
That's BS. Blue is also going to try to shoot Mouse again. Mouse does a 19 hit your EAC with partial cover. So your EAC plus 2.
Yes.
Suddenly I'm rolling okay.
Stop, Seth. Stop.
Stop.
Ow. Hurts.
That'll be 5 fire damage to Mouse as
Ouch.
her armor gets bit into by this laser blast, which will bring us back to Drenzok. Not being exactly sure where Idras is, he has an idea that he's to the south. He's going to go ahead and do a full attack and try and swing twice. And Idras is going to have concealment here, so we're going to roll miss chances if he even manages to hit. We'll see.
You're rolling really well, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know why. Only when I'm a DM, I think. Otherwise, I roll like absolute garbage.
It's true. When he plays, he
can tell,
cannot
yeah.
roll.
That's part of why we wanted him as a DM.
He's like, oh, we're just
Yeah,
gonna walk
we've
through.
had, you know,
Yeah, just nothing but ones.
It was a logical conclusion.
all the time.
False advertising on my part. I apologize. Does a 30? No, hold on. That's gonna be 28. Hit your KAC.
No, try again.
Ooh. Okay, that one's lower. So he takes his long sword and swings ineffectively in your direction. Being invisible definitely really helps you out in this case.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us back to Mouse.
Oh, you're gonna pay for that, sonny boy.
Wait, which one shot me? Blue?
Blue and, well, purple shot at you, but blue actually hit you. Blue
You're
has
next!
partial cover from where he's at.
But she's not going to waste a move action to target someone else, so she's going to shoot purple.
Are you going to do a
Again.
full attack or one?
Yeah,
All right. Fish for those 20s.
you bet. That's a 6 and a 13.
Oh, sorry, those are both misses.
Oh, so brutal.
Apparently, you just need to get in melee because when you get in melee, you crit and kill the sub boss. Like, so, I don't know. Just thinking out loud here.
Some sort of craziness going on, yeah.
It brings us back to Adras.
All right. Am I right to assume that if I attack this guy, he will be flat-footed against the attack? Since
Oh, yeah, he doesn't know where you are, so.
Okay, cool. I hope I made this right. This will be a soldier's onslaught. So
Oh,
this is
no.
3 attacks.
Uh-huh.
But it is at a -6. But I'm hoping the flat-footed bit helps.
Yeah, he does have pretty decent armor, but
Flat-footed
Yeah,
is probably only
yeah,
on the
and this
first
is a
attack,
Dross,
right?
like, you know, this is a Dross testing out the waters.
oh yeah,
seeing
you
if
gotta do
he's
that.
able
with
to
a
just
combatant.
yeah, if he's just able to hit this guy easily. That's a 30, a 25, and an 18.
Oh my god. So flat-footed
Goodness gracious.
is like a -4 to this guy's AC. Is that right?
Two.
Just a -2.
Oh, just 2. That's it.
Just 2.
Mhm.
And
Pretty gross.
technically, it might only be the first attack since that probably breaks the invisible.
Yeah. It does.
Oh, does it break invisibility? Okay. Yes, the first one hits. If he's not flat-footed for the second attack does not hit, and the third one, super doesn't hit.
super
but,
doesn't hit.
But yeah, that's a pretty incredible blow against him. He swings wildly, and in the opening that you see, you can easily get the spear in and just kind of. I don't know where are you aiming with that thing?
The squishy bits.
I mean, he's probably trying to just hit him in the gut, just bring him down. He sees that opening, and he's hoping maybe he could end it in a single hit.
Sure.
Doesn't quite get the full effect.
No, not quite. But he snarls in pain as the spear bites into his gut, and the blood just gushes out. And now that he can see your glowing yellow eyes with his own glowing yellow eyes, he furrows his brow with great malice. He's not pleased, Mr. Varanus. Which will bring us to drow number 18. Holy cow. Orange here, which is on the southern side of the cargo room, is going to take a shot at her. The reason for the encounter does a 19 hit your
Bring it.
AC?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that hits. You better believe it.
Feel the burn.
It'll be 6 fire damage from him, and he is going to move around the corner here to try and take cover from the continued onslaught of grenades.
There's no cover from this guy.
And Green here is going to try and take a couple shots leading around the corner. He's looking kind of desperate. Will a 16 hit your EAC?
Yes, it will. No, it won't. No, it won't.
Ooh, okay, then I'm willing to bet that a 14 also won't.
Actually, 14 does. 16 doesn't. 14 does.
That's weird. You must have is
It's
that from the
quantum
armory?
armor. It's quantum armor.
Oh, it's from the armory, right?
Yeah, it blocks it blocks only multiples of 3 or whatever. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, that would bring us to Caitlin.
All right, she's gonna take the barrel of Serendipity's rifle. She's gonna point it at the purple one and say, "Just focus on that one." Casting Seeking Shot on it as she does, and then she's gonna move over here to glare at these two that keep shooting her friends, daring them to
Mom
shoot her
glares.
instead.
All right. Beware the glare of Team Mom.
Well, if they're shooting with laser rifles.
All right. So that said, Purple is going to attempt to shoot Mouse, continuing to try and duck behind this cover ineffectively. Oh my gosh. I'm going to assume a 24 hits your EAC even with partial cover.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and that would be 9 fire damage. The shot just manages to sneak between the railing and catch you probably square in the chest area.
I'm sorry, that was 9, you said?
9 damage, yeah.
Jesus.
These rifles hurt. When they roll max damage, as you just did. Okay. And now Pink is going to try to go into a whip frenzy with his tack lash. Does a 16 hit your KAC?
No,
Sure.
it does not.
Oof, and then that one also doesn't hit. So yeah, he tries to whip you a couple times, doesn't manage to land it, and he's just standing there looking frustrated that he can't bring down this lowly half-orc. Which brings us back to Herald.
All right, Mouse. I really believe in you. You've been shooting this purple guy a few times, and I think you're getting closer each time. But I'm just gonna lie down over here while you do it. And that would be a combination inspiring and a drop prone.
How inspiring!
So inspiring.
You've got this, Mouse. I just need to take a nap.
I'm gonna lay down for a while.
So that's 9 stamina to Mouse.
Thank you.
Basically negating that last attack.
Look, I know he's full of shit, and yet somehow I believe in him.
That'll bring us back to Gur.
Gur is just going to kind of glare at the guy with the whip and then fire 2 grenades over behind that container there where Green and Orange are hiding.
Okay. It's like, I'm not even gonna deal with
Oh
you.
my!
Oh!
That's amazing!
Yes.
No,
You can't
no,
crit
it's not amazing
grenades.
because they're grenades.
Yeah,
and they're
so
not
they don't do
affected
critical
by
damage.
crits.
Oh no.
I
They don't
meant,
do
I meant
critical
that the feat that I meant what you did was like not outside the game. Just rolling that was
Oh.
amazing.
He rolled
the game,
two
not so much.
20s, fellows, listeners.
2 crits
Oh,
on weapons that on a weapon that doesn't crit. I'm gonna
Well-
cry.
so that's only gonna be affecting orange and green, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So unfortunately they... Oh, hold on. I need to do 2 saves.
2 saves.
Oh! So they both take a total of 5 damage, which, if I remember correctly, let me take a look. Oh yeah, you hear one of them cry in pain, and you watch as bits of this green one splatter back your direction from the second blast. That drow is most certainly dead. You think his friend might not be happy about the situation he's in currently, but you can't see him.
And Gur's just gonna grin at Pink there in front of him.
He's scared. He's not happy. All right. See, Red here from behind this cover is going to see this new threat and attempt to take a shot.
He sure is.
Oh, I'm going to imagine a 24 is going to hit.
It'll hit. How much damage?
Ooh, I like that question, Nick. I'm thinking, Kaylin, that you might not be too affected by this because
Uh-oh.
it is 4 fire damage.
Yeah, just shrugs it off.
Ooh. He looks over at his friend like,
Raises an eyebrow. Wanna try again?
So Blue is gonna put down his rifle and take out his tack lash, and he's gonna move up the stairs and try to swing at you.
Oh, darn it. Oh well.
Does a 7 hit your KAC?
No, it doesn't.
He flails wildly. Doesn't manage to do anything. Which brings us back to Drenzok. And Brenzok looks at you, Adras, over the tip of his sword. You're both kind of doing like that warrior like shuffle where you kind of slowly step side to side and gauge each other. He goes, why are you even here right now? Why now?
Would you believe that I had a very long trip here and I was bored and I wanted to do something?
He's like, are you kidding me? What
Well,
the
it's
hell?
also that, and I like helping people, and these people seem nice and I wanted to help them.
He snarls and he's like, this is none of your business. And he tries to
Too
hit you
good.
a couple times, rolling a natural 1 on the first attack.
Yeah. Helping
That will
people
not-
is lame.
That will not beat my KAC.
No, it won't.
It will not.
Oh, he's not gonna drop his sword. That's something that a mook does. Either way, the second attack is not much better. Oh, this guy is such a goof.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. Going to assume that a 22 doesn't hit your KAC.
Nah.
It seems like his frustration is taking over. He swings his sword, completely whiffing and like stumbling into a second strike, which like the flat of the blade clatters against the chest piece of your armor, and he tries to withdraw, but I don't think it's going to work out for him. Mouse.
All right, everybody. Okay, Masculini. Everyone's counting on you. Don't
You
blow
feel
it.
the psychic connection between your gun and the purple one.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
is
but
that?
to
What
ignore
did you
all
use?
cover.
Second shot? Oh, ignore cover.
She
Okay.
it gets to ignore all cover between her and that drow.
Okay.
Full attack.
Do it.
Oh!
no!
It's like the same rolls.
13 and an
Wow.
8.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
What are the die rolls here? How is your? Oh, because it's a full attack.
Yeah, she also hasn't rolled above like a 10. Oh, I guess the 13 was above
That's a
10.
12. Yeah. That's just surprisingly low to me. All right. I'm sorry, Mouse. I don't
Life
think
is
I'm.
hard.
Oh yeah, I guess
I don't
Mouse's
bring it-
dex is a little bit low actually.
Okay. Maybe she just needs to take out her sword and just run after him. Who knows? Adras, speaking of swords.
Yay! Adras is going to. Let's see. First, he's going to do just a single attack.
Okay.
I want to make sure I hit. I want to make sure I hit this guy before he tries to get away from me. So let's try that first.
Okay.
Hopefully, I do well here. Does a 32 work
Yeah. Gross.
Just a 32.
against
Just a-
EAC?
Yes, that hits.
Okay, that's 44 points of fire.
Okay.
And then as a move action, he's gonna pull out a grenade.
Oh no. Make me do math here.
Ger's eyes light up.
My hero.
Ger would probably recognize the grenade. It's a Mark II flash grenade.
Wonderful.
All right. And is that the end of Adras' turn?
That would be the end.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, screw it. I'm just gonna delete this guy from thing, so it's not cluttering up the turn order so dang much. Orange is he's not looking so hot. Kaylin, you see this drow with all kinds of blood just leaking out. However,
So, his friends.
he's probably covered in the blood from his friend for sure. But it seems that he still fears what's going to happen to him if he stops fighting more than his fate if he dies in combat. So he actually lets out kind of like a "Ah!" and he goes around the corner and he tries to shoot her one last time. Oh my god! Rolling a natural 20!
Oh.
I love the smell of 20s in the morning.
Okay, it's not that bad. It's only 10 damage initially, and then there's the burn damage of 3, so 13 total. Not that bad, all things considered.
No, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't take burn damage until my turn, right?
Right.
Oh, is that how it goes? Okay, never mind. You only take 10 damage in. I had a misunderstanding of how burn worked.
How many times?
Yeah,
can
it happens
characters
at the
be on
top of your
fire?
turn. They don't stack. You just take the highest effect.
Well, no, I think Tyler's asking how many times can somebody be on fire consecutively.
Oh, forever until they're dead.
Gur's really on fire. He's really on fire right now, you guys.
I'm
All right,
fired up.
You
You
can,
fired
you
up?
can
Yeah.
shut the pronk up.
You shut the pronk up. I'm gonna magic missile. You know what I'm gonna do? Red, blue, and then purple because purple pisses me off. One at each.
Really spreading the love.
I mean, shooting stars, not magic missile.
I think
5, and 3.
So wouldn't that put you in the range of a attack of opportunity from attack lash?
Oh, he's got reach. All right.
Step back first.
Ah, dang it! But I don't.
she can't do that.
mm.
Well, you can power through it, right? Like if you get
No.
hit, you can still.
No,
No,
in
you don't get to
Starfinder,
cast. It
in the
just doesn't go off at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Starfinder, any damage breaks concentration.
That's gross. Okay.
Any damage breaks concentration. Yeah. So I will.
Magic has gotten worse over the years.
I will
Sure has.
shift back. And I'll take a shot at blue here instead.
Okay. It's really
didn't
good
realize he had
damage on the
reach.
shooting stars too. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Ugh, and I'll miss terribly.
Oh no,
take the risk.
one. So,
I just don't
Tyler,
get enough spells to risk it.
We don't use the critical fail deck here on this show. So if you prefer that, you know, you're always welcome.
Yeah, if a Dross rolls a 1, we'll pull a card. That'll be fine.
No, are you gonna pull a card if you roll a one?
Yeah, I'll pull a card if I roll a 1. Yeah. It's
Just to
Dross
keep it on
card.
brand.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't
For
be a
whatever
Dross-
reason, Adros just has worse luck with ones than this crew for some reason.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. All right. These
The
guys-
waterfall is working in our favor.
These die rolls are just not working out. It only makes sense for purple to keep trying to shoot mouse. Failing miserably.
Why? I'm not hurting him at all.
That's a good point. But you're both shooting at each other. It's like you guys have seen Naked Gun, right?
No.
No.
Yes? Question mark?
Oh my gosh. There's like that scene in Naked Gun where like Drebin is shooting at the bad guy and they're like 5 feet away from each other, like leaning out from behind cover, taking shots, and like they're both missing constantly. Like this is kind of what I'm picturing, at least for this particular engagement. All right. Pink is gonna keep trying to do the thing with the tack lash. Oh no, that's not gonna be good. Oh, that might. Oh, never mind. That's a 14 against KAC. Nope, this guy sucks. He's terrible. Gerald, what would you like to do?
Harald sees Gur in some dire straits, kind of, sorta, and executes
Sorta.
his drip down technique.
Just melts through the grating on the floor.
Gross. So gross. You don't even know what's on that grating.
I mean, if I accumulate some crud, I will eject it after I reform
Oh, God.
as a fine paste.
Oh, God. Honey.
I love it.
Everybody take a shot, I guess.
And I'll say, all right, Gur, we're busting you out of here. Just fire a few more grenades. And I'll give Gur 9 stamina
All right.
while hunkering behind this. Oh shit! You know what? I'm a cheater. I was prone.
Oh.
Can you not
Yeah.
slime through the grate prone? I don't know.
Even then, I wouldn't have range.
You know what? I'm gonna say that you can. It's fine.
Yay!
Yeah. We're moving along.
We're already in suspicious territory with you trying to slime the grate in the first
trying
place.
to Alex Mack your way through the through the grate.
Oh no, it's a T2000. Kill it!
All right. He holds up a photograph of a little boy. He's like, "Have you seen this kid?"
Jesus God.
All right, Gur, it's your turn.
Grr. Gur is in fact not going to fire more grenades because they're too spread out. He is actually going to step up here and
Start swinging. Oh,
swing
God.
low. He grabs onto this guy and he bites into his neck.
Jesus.
What up,
So
Pink?
yeah, you've gone and inspired your comrade here, and as a result, he whips into a frenzy and literally bites this man to death.
What have I done?
We might need that later,
Well, that's a
Gur.
new horror I'm gonna be reliving tonight as I try to speak.
Yeah,
Where do
Gur.
these fangs sink in to kill this person?
Oh, if he kills him, you know he went up and like as the guy goes in for another whip with the tack lash, he just knocks his arm out of the and comes in and just bites down right on the throat and just tears it out.
Oh, jeez, like a dog.
Yep.
Like a rabid dog.
He's gone. Gur's going feral.
Oh man. Hey, we've ticked a new box on this horny show. Vor. We've got Vor now.
No!
Hmm.
Okay. Gur thinks about his life now.
Look at your life. Look at your choices.
Record scratch freeze frame. Yeah, this is me. I guess you're wondering how I got here. Just a bit of trachea hanging out the corner of his mouth.
Right.
Okay. Red is gonna try and shoot at Kaylin. No. Oh wait. Yeah, he's a dumbass. I said it already, so it's not gonna. That's how it's going.
Woo!
Why won't you die?
Yeah. Gonna assume that he maybe just didn't land the shot properly last time. That's gonna be a. Oh my god, why am I so bad at math? 14 against EAC.
Hits? Just barely.
Does it hit?
Just barely.
Oh gosh. Doing 4 damage, so no damage.
No damage.
Yeah, as you resist naturally this fire damage.
Bounces off me.
That's not
Magic.
natural.
It's not natural?
No,
Oh,
I
it
mean,
is natural.
I
But
didn't
Oak
technically it.
Express sure is.
Thanks for getting the reference, Les. Colorado peeps represent.
I don't get the ref. I'm sorry.
There was a series of commercials where various unnatural things would happen, and then it would be like, that's not natural, but Oak Express is. And then it would
Okay,
cut
okay.
to show you like real wood furniture.
Ah, okay.
Real
okay.
wood furniture. None of that fake bullshit.
Real.
What is that
Never
called?
mind.
Like particle
Balsa?
board or balsa? Sure. Balsa. Yeah, get some furniture made out of balsa. That'll be great.
Great.
That'll end well, for sure.
So yes, Blue will ascend up the stairs and try to hit you for that'd be a 19 against KAC.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Kaylin, that is, for the podcast. He's trying to hit Kaylin. They're
Yeah.
currently fighting on a catwalk stairway sort of situation on the northern corner of this room.
Imagine,
How
if
much
you will,
damage?
a catwalk.
Imagine a catwalk. Also imagine 5 damage slashing to Kaylin.
Okay. I will take slashing damage.
I will take slashing damage. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what? I will.
I will. Vrenzok, still trying to, still maybe not getting the message that he's outclassed here. Trying to pull a, if you leave now, there will be no repercussions for your crimes. As he tries to keep hitting the boss. Ooh, this
He
one
hasn't
might
realized yet that it's futile.
I might
Huh?
be.
Apparently
He was doing better with the pistol.
He did do better with the pistol. However, he did just roll a 32 against KAC.
That just hits.
So he's got to roll a 17 or above. He rolls a 19, so he hits you twice.
Nice.
Wow, this guy's actually doing some damage. Holy cow! All right, it's math time.
Yeah.
Math corner.
Don't forget. Well, I guess I'll calculate it.
Well, yeah. So
I always make roll 20 do my math.
I'm doing all my dice rolls.
I do like slash G. Well, you could slash GM roll, right? And it won't show your players, but you can just use
okay.
it to do math in the background.
Gotcha. Well, the first one is going to be 24 slashing damage, so modify that however you will.
24, so that's going to be minus 13, so that'll be 11.
And the next one is 34 slashing damage.
That's better.
It is better. So I think that's 21 damage for the second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he does manage to actually hit you a couple times. It seems like
yeah.
maybe getting angry is
Yeah.
what it takes. However, assessing the amount of damage you've done to him, you think that if you maybe one really good hit from you or two regular hits from you will probably kill this guy if you keep it up at your current pace. So,
Okay.
just an assessment for Adros whether he wants to kill this man or not. Which will bring us back to Mouse.
All right. Oh my god, Mouse wants to kill this one so bad.
The purple one. And you know what? She's gonna not full attack this
Okay.
time.
All right, that might help.
15.
Just a hit. Just barely a hit, and that's
Ayo.
actually enough damage to take him out. So
7!
Yes!
he
That's
leans-
right!
She does 7 damage. This person who Mouse has been trying to shoot for this entire engagement leans up from behind his cover to try and take a shot, and he is greeted with a bullet to the face.
That's right. Oh,
Good.
in melee range.
She's gonna take out her dueling sword.
Okie doke.
And, so then she'll move.
All right, next
later,
turn.
next
Yeah.
time.
All right. And Ross, it's your turn. You're staring down this really angry small elf man.
I can't wait to do this cool thing. So Adros has the grenade in one hand, and he's got the Spear of Fates in the other, but it's a two-handed weapon. He needs two hands. So he tosses the grenade in the air, and then as he swings the Spear of Fates, he hits the grenade, and it flies over to this drow that's threatening Kaelin. And in the same swing, he also attacks the bad guy. He attacks this drow in front of him.
Do you have he has the pirate background, right?
Yeah, he's profession pirate.
Which means that he can attack with 2 different types of weapons. Just fine. If I
Oh,
remember
yeah, I mean,
correctly.
it's also just part of a full attack. I'm flaring it up to be
That's awesome.
better. Because I could technically just throw it, swift action, change hands, and then attack, but that's fine.
Don't ruin the magic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's a
don't
really-
ruin the magic set.
No,
So-
I'm not trying to ruin the magic. I'm just trying to understand the rules, and it makes sense. It's totally badass. Atros is being a total badass right now.
I definitely hit the AC of the space I'm aiming for.
Oh no!
I need the blue drow to make a DC 16 reflex save to avoid being blinded.
Blinded.
Unfortunately, I rolled minimum rounds on the blind. That's
He does not make it, so he's blind for 1 round.
he's blind for a round, and then
Perfect.
let's hit a Spear of Fates on the what's this guy's name again? Oh, I rolled a natural 1.
Oh!
Oh,
Womp, womp, womp.
It's so on brand! It's so on
How many do you roll one with this
Fail.
spear?
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Okay. Did you want to pull the critical fail deck?
Yeah. Oh boy.
I can, so, like,
This,
the way I picture it is that like Adros is just like grinning, like beaming proudly as he like throws up the grenade and hits it over, and like he looks too long to make sure that the grenade hits, and he tries to swing while he's not paying attention to his target.
oh no, guys!
What did you get?
Hold on. Okay. Let's say Kaelin is 1, Mouse is 2, Harold is 3, and Grace
Oh,
is 4.
balls.
And let's
No.
roll 1d4.
Oh, Pronk.
Oh no!
It's a 4,
Oh,
Grr!
Pronk.
Grr!
Oh,
You see,
man.
a draw
Worst rescue
swing.
ever.
He swings the Spear of Fates, and this drow just completely ducks. And because Adros was swinging as if he was, like Babe Ruth swinging for the fences, he spins on his front foot very awkwardly, and the weapon flies out of his hands towards a random ally.
Yes.
Deal thrown weapon damage if it hits.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Okay.
You're gonna kill
Let's do it.
Gerd, Ross.
Good thing Adras can res
However,
someone, right?
however, the GM, this could be a GM field.
Uh-huh.
If no allies are near, it hits a surface so hard it rattles you, and it gives me the shaking condition for 1d4 rounds. So it is up to him. Are
Just
these
be-
allies within thrown distance?
Just because.
I don't know. It won't kill. It won't outright kill Gur, will it?
No, it won't outright kill him. It'll knock him out if it hits.
Well, check death for
No,
massive damage.
this could be
rolls.
good. This could let's just let it happen. Let's see where this goes.
Well, no, I was gonna say, are you sure, Gur?
Let's
We can
see
save
what
him.
happens.
We won't let him die.
All right, you guys see the spear
No, you're gonna love it. I promise, guys.
go flying across the cargo bay. And it somehow manages to stick right in Gur's, like right in the solar plexus, just like crunch, like straight into it.
There's just like a collective gasp around the room as Gerd. Sorry, go ahead.
Just to flavor this, so it's not Adras being completely incompetent. Drenzok himself deflected the blow. When,
Okay.
when Adras was off balance, he swung the sword and actually deflected and redirected the spear. So Gur, go ahead.
Okay, so it slams into his chest and it just pierces. I imagine it's like sticking through his back.
Yes,
Essentially.
It is.
Do you want to? Can we just assume that he drops to 0?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Does
So
41 damage.
okay, cool. So that's not massive damage, thank God.
It's not.
Gur kind of like he doesn't really like drop to a knee. He kind of like staggers a little bit, but he goes up and he grabs the spear that's sticking out of his chest. He's not unconscious yet, and he just slowly just pulls, and it makes a horrible squelching sound as it comes out of his chest. But this activates, and he is still standing.
Oh
Take
yeah.
2 shots for Gur body horror.
So because of orc ferocity, he's actually still on his feet somehow.
And I have the spear in my hands. Let's do this shit.
Oh no! I love this. Okay. So Orange here, it's actually his turn. For the podcast, Orange is approximately 30 feet away from Gur, staring at this half-orc who just pulled this crazy weapon out of him and is standing there looking... I imagine Gur probably looks pretty angry at the moment.
Oh no, he has the most evil grin on his face right now.
Okay. So it's like evil anger. All right.
Fangs dripping blood. His companion's like dead on the floor in front of me. A bit of his trachea is still hanging out of his mouth. Out of Gur's mouth.
For Gur.
He has a massive gaping wound in his chest, and he's got a giant golden flaming staff. That paint a picture for all you who can't actually. Well, you can't actually see that on the screen.
Right.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Mysticism worked well for therapy.
I think that's
God, I
medicine.
hope so.
We'll have to find out. Orange is going to desperately try to shoot at you while taking a step back.
Masculinity, don't forget to do your meditation and mindfulness exercises tonight in order to try and offset this new trauma.
The shot goes directly past Gur's head. So a laser fires right past you, almost grazing your ear. I imagine that Gur probably doesn't even budge from that.
He does not flinch.
I didn't figure. Kaylin, you've got a drow next to you who now appears to be very blind.
Ah, yes, this drow. I'm gonna.
By the way, Adras, you used a flash grenade on a drow. Like,
Yeah.
that should probably be a war crime.
Yeah, low blow. Honestly.
Well, I want to delay until right after his turn.
Oh, okay. All right, so you want to move after blue here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As long as he's blind. Just wait a sec here.
Is he? Oh, okay. So he's blind until the end of his turn, right? Is how
Well,
that works.
Until the end of Adras's next turn.
Oh, it's Atros's next turn. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, it is Herald's turn. You just saw Gur get. You are amazed he's not dead.
Well, I
Dylan's
already,
making a mental note to give Gur therapy.
I mean, I already encouraged Gur this fight. I can't encourage someone twice. That would just get repetitive.
You're not actually sure that he would hear you if you tried to talk to him right now.
All right, here I'll move over here. Oh, wrong.
Right? We can't hear you. I don't know if you.
Yes. Moving behind the grate. Fire some distracting shots at Orange to try to make him look
Oh,
north
okay.
while Gur charges him.
Are you not even gonna?
Oh
roll?
yes.
I mean, I guess I can press the button.
Well, hold on.
Oh my god! I guess I can push the button.
I was gonna suggest you can do harrying fire, but that works too, you know.
Yeah, that works too. Herring fire is also harder.
Holy cow! Yeah. Herald, in an effort to try and distract this orange drow that Gur is currently staring down, manages to shoot him right in the temple, killing him instantly.
Oh,
God
that
damn.
that was weird.
Which gives Herald the impression that maybe he's been firing guns wrong this whole time.
Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to fire as though it's a warning shot, and then I murder people.
Wowzers. Okay. Well, I guess that brings us to Gur. Let's see.
Okay.
Tyler, does this spear have reach?
No, but it can if and maybe Adros looks over and he sees what he's done. He feels terrible, and he just kind of says. And he also probably doesn't really realize who this is. I just realized. I don't know if they showed him pictures of Gur.
No.
Oh, we probably didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know we're looking for a half orc, I presume.
I mean,
okay,
you-
well, he
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
able to put two and two together. In the
Yeah, you saw me encourage him.
Yeah, and we showed you that video of him getting kidnapped.
That's,
That's
true.
true.
video.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
okay.
He says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. If you push a button in the handle and point it at someone, it'll shoot. You can try that."
So, what we could do
Try
here
that.
is we could have Guruk like fire his hand cannon and then have Edros roll damage for shooting it if we wanted to try that.
Yeah, here's actually what's going to happen though.
Okay.
Cause Gur definitely didn't hear any of that. He's in his like blood rage.
I figured.
Yeah, that makes
He's gonna turn, notice that Orange, like his head essentially just explodes with electrical force.
Oh yeah, it's gross. It's really awful.
So
honestly.
Gur pivots, turns, runs this way, and at the end of the run, launches the spear and uses it as a thrown weapon.
Okay.
Because
does
he's
it have
got-
the
he's got a-
thrown property?
No, it does not.
Does
Oh.
it doesn't. Okay.
Well, either way.
It's called a spear of fates. It is not a spear.
What are the rules for throwing non-mobile weapons?
Like a -4 or
It
something.
would be an improvised weapon. Come on, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Never mind. That's not gonna work
Can you
out
charge
well
him?
Imagine.
Could you charge technically?
then. He's
Upstairs.
yeah. I was gonna say I'm not a blitz soldier, so I can't charge I have to charge in a straight line.
I mean, that's a
Well,
pretty
you were,
straight
you
line.
were here, so you could. If
You
if
could
you
shoot
give
with
me,
it.
If you give me an athletics check, I'll let you jump as part of the charge. If you want to do like a running jumping
Oh,
stab,
take
because
it.
this is way too cool to not happen. God damn it.
Rule of
So
cool.
roll your melee attack, and we'll just go out with the attack roll from it. Oh yeah, that's fine. It's a very easy athletics check. You're good.
19 to hit.
Oh, that hits. What's
Roll
the
me the
damage?
Yeah.
Tyler.
I can go ahead and just roll it because I got my own modifiers for strength.
Yeah, it's technically
you're
down
rolling,
a
you're
lot
rolling
since-
five. You're rolling 5d8.
5d8
Goodness
plus
gracious.
my strength modifier plus my specialization.
Can I,
33 damage to this guy as I go flying across the floor.
Tates, can I have my turn? No, is that what falls to the floor? Dead.
You can, but let's paint a picture here. So
Okay.
you see Gur, a massive hole in the middle of him, charge across the cargo bay, leap over the railing of the stairs, and he like overhand stabs down with this gleaming spear and literally pins this drow into the stairway. Like he has become one with the stairs.
Yeah.
It's
That's- and as Gur kind of like, looks up at Kalen, he just kind of like lets out a laugh, but as he does, a bunch of blood just kind of like comes out his mouth at the same time and he collapses over unconscious.
Yeah, and then she'll take her turn to move in and hit Gur with a Mystic Cure.
do it.
Probably right as he falls to the floor dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
What's that cure? Jesus.
7.
All right.
Oh, that's way better. I thought that was a 1.
Shit.
So yes, Gur, you feel as you're starting to lose consciousness, you kind of feel that the most grievous part of your injury starts to seal up slowly.
Oh, good. The hole in my lungs is closing.
Yes, that is starting to close.
Airway, breathing, circulation, ABC.
This red guy, he's not having a good time. He's just
The
gonna.
last one.
I'll give him an easy out. If you just surrender, we won't shoot you. And it looks like your boss is about to be dead anyways.
Actually, yeah. What'll happen here is oh, never mind. Drenzok is going to take his turn. He will take a step back, holding up a hand, seeing that he's losing all of his forces, and pretty soon he's about to be outnumbered, on top of outgunned. And he goes, wait. He's like trying to get everyone to stop fighting. And based on your reactions, we will leave combat, or we will resume. Does anybody want to stop fighting, or are we going to keep this up?
Mouse will stop. She's curious what this bastard has to say.
Harald's a big fan of talking over fighting.
Yeah, it's up to Dross.
Gur's just too out of it right now to have a proper response.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gur's a bit preoccupied right now.
Dross pulls out a plasma sword because he always has a weapon,
Yes.
and he's like, "Now listen, I would love to chat, but I promised that lady over there to show her a cool trick, so I kind of gotta do this."
Oh no.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no!
Really?
We don't have to res him a Dross. It's okay.
Are you sure? It's a really cool trick.
It is a really cool trick, but I don't think we can justify killing him after he's surrendered. Maybe you can come res Gur.
Well, but he's not dead. I can see him breathing. Although I can see his real lungs inflating, and that's awesome.
You can
You
really
just-
tell that I'm breathing.
You do see that there are some other drow on the ground level that are
These
extremely
ones, these
dead.
ones are already dead.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess that's a fair point. I can just use one. I mean, he'd be cooler, but I'll show you with one of them.
All right. So it
He,
sounds like
he
we're going out of combat.
Yeah, we're going out of combat.
Okay. Drenzok orders the final remaining standing drow to stand down, and he puts his own sword away and he backs up. He's like, "Fine, take your friend."
We'll need you to void your contract of ownership with him.
He Adros hops down from the raised platform, probably without an issue. No, you have like some sort of flying device, don't you?
No, he never has.
Oh, okay. Well, make an. Do you want to tackle it with acrobatics or athletics? Because you're 20 feet up.
Athletics is fine. I mean, even if he fell, it wouldn't really hurt him.
Oh yeah.
But how about a 15?
So like Adros like tries to casually hop off the platform, and you can tell he didn't land the way he wanted to. So like there's a moment where like he stumbles, but then he stands up really fast.
Yeah, he kind of he kind of winces. He might have twisted his ankle a little bit, but he just kind of walks. Off.
He didn't adjust for his tail to like fall faster than he did, so he just lands on his tail.
Oh
And you just see him like grimace, and he's just like, meant to do it.
He just like stands and does the nothing happened walk. like nobody saw anything. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Drenzok will take out his data pad, and he will actually levitate. He has the ability to fly, it turns out. He slowly glides down from the end, grits his teeth, looking at his the soldiers surrounding him, and he will go ahead and take the contract that indicates that he owns Guruk Goretooth, and he will transmit a nullification, and he demonstrates that to you, Herald, that it has been done, and he says, "There, he
Mouse
no longer
double checks that.
belongs
She
to
nods.
House Zazerer."
All right. Let's go, everyone.
Hold on. I've got one more thing I need to do. And Gurg just kind of gets up, and he's like really shaky and weak at this point. His wounds are only just stopping to bleed.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of walks up to the main guy, and he just kind of like punches him right in the mouth. He's like, "All right, now we can go."
Out of character. Hey, what about your mom?
She doesn't know about his mom. Oh, out of
I
character.
know.
Out of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Gur's. That's where we were getting to.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you better remember this face, because if you see me again, it's gonna be the last thing you see before you're dead. Didn't know this. I'm coming back for my mother, and if she is harmed in any way, so help me, I will burn you and every last drow in Apostate to the ground. And then he turns and he just walks away.
He just kind of rubs the side of his face, and given the appropriate amount of time, he just kind of smirks as he watches you all leave.
As we're walking out, Adros rips the Spear of Fates out of the stairs and the one body, and he walks up to Gur and he goes, "Oh, you must be Gur. Listen, I'm really sorry about that. If it makes you any better," and he like holds up a claw, and you just see a ton of divine energy go into his hand, and then he takes out one clawed finger and he just pokes him in the chest, and let's do a Mystic Cure.
Oh, nice.
I would feel bad if I left him this way, or Adros would feel bad. So that's 52 points of healing.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah, wow. Okay,
Man,
so
really upstaging Kaelin there.
Yeah.
I like how this, like his introduction to Kaelin was him going like, "Maybe you could teach me a thing or two."
overhealed by 32 points, no big deal.
Adros continues, and he, as your wounds just like instant heal.
Yeah.
And he says,
Right, just knitting back together.
One of the reasons I even came to the sun is because this weapon is very, very cursed. And believe it or not, this isn't even the first time it's flown out of my hands. It's just practically evil in itself, and I'm sorry that it endangered you.
But you have like
Would-
6
would it-
weapons. Why did you? What? Never mind.
Tates.
Would it
Tates.
would it be would it be rude if I said I'm not surprised it's the first time it flew out of your hands?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? That's on me. Fair enough. You're very correct.
What were you, Nick? You had something?
Is it really cursed? Oh,
Um,
32 mysticism. Is it really cursed?
So you look at it.
Oh my god! I can't believe you actually. Okay. Tyler and I talked about the fact that Kaylin might try to determine if the weapon is actually cursed. Kaylin, super no.
I'm not good. I don't have the heart to tell him.
This weapon is just fine.
Just gonna let him believe it, okay?
I just want to know.
Yeah,
However,
no, super
you think
happy.
that maybe there's somebody here, like Sarah and Ray's got a pretty big presence. Maybe there's a cleric who can uncurse it or something somewhere.
That's true. Didn't he want to see the Radiant Cathedral? Let's take him to the Radiant Cathedral. Maybe
Well,
they
he
can,
doesn't.
maybe
we're
we can
not-
find where Ninden went.
Yeah. All right. So, are you guys gonna head out of Corona? And are you gonna? Does Adros just forget to bring one of the drow back to life?
I think you've shown how. You know,
You can bring back the one who
probably
got stabbed
uncurse
with the
that
spear.
if you tried hard enough.
Believe me, I've tried everything I could think of, and every single time I try something, I take it into the Phoenix, or not the Phoenix's Respite. That's not my ship.
It's the other one.
Whose ship
It's
is
the other
that?
one.
I always try to test it out, and it always seems to at some point or another betray the wielder. So
Right.
I haven't figured out
Yeah.
this.
It's a strange story, friend. Well, spending that much mystic energy always wears me out, and I think Gur has a thing or two to explain. Let's get some dinner, and then we can go find that cathedral.
Yeah, I know a
So-
good shawarma place just down the street.
So, as you emerge from this drow outpost, you realize exactly how dim it was in there, because the sudden return of the sun. Not only is it normally bright, but here on in the Corona dome, it's way brighter. So you'll have a lot of trouble adjusting to the sudden brightness. Probably a little bit harder for Gur, the half-orc. But yeah, you're back out on the streets of Corona, standing outside of Zazer Outpost, with its oppressive black spiky architecture looming behind you.
Well, let's grab some shawarma.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
we did it. We did the thing.
Um,
Once we're seated, I guess Herald will ask. So, Gur, would you mind filling us on a little bit on the details? I understand that we've all got secrets here, but it would be useful to, know any potential kidnappers. I guess that goes for you too, Mouse.
Yes. Well, sorry, and he wipes his mouth with the back of his sleeve. He's probably on like his second serving of whatever it is we're eating because you
Shawarma.
know
shawarma.
he's been eating gross food. Gross, drow food. But he goes on. He says, well, I suppose I haven't really been that forthright with you. I did believe you were Captain Farstar up until just recently, after all. But I suppose it's a long and sad story that we don't really need to get into. But needless to say,
Then let's not. Oh, wait.
my entire family has been owned by the drow for generations now. And well, the short of it is my mom wanted better for me, so she tried to help me escape that life, and well, I ended up on Trent Farstar's ship as a perpetual slave anyways, so kind of some twisted irony there. But I figured the drow have been looking for me this entire time, just haven't been able to find me, because when you're on a smuggler's ship, you're kind of out and away from things. I'm just surprised they found me so quickly, and honestly a little pissed. But
Well,
thanks for saving me, I guess, guys.
Yes, unfortunately, I suppose we've been appearing on a fair number of vid feeds recently.
You cut out.
No, I just didn't say anything more.
Okay.
I appreciate you saying this, Gur. Your mother isn't a lost cause. As you've seen, the Drow don't really have conventional definitions of morality. They can be persuaded to release their property. It's just a matter of finding a price, either in credits or lives.
When you say property, the glass that he has in his hand shatters as he crushes it.
Another!
Not a good read there, Mouse. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
points for trying.
That's a total mouse read for sure.
We're having a good time.
However, Gur, you did see that you're technically free now.
Yeah.
So
he's very happy to be free, but he's also it's very much an Anakin Skywalker situation, you know. Better hope he doesn't turn into a Darth Vader.
Oh no!
Well, if we have time, we can try to make some sort of arrangement for your mother's freedom. That seems doable.
Yeah.
Once we've gotten all of our ducks in a row.
And with your current level of clout, you don't think that you probably could command a whole lot of sway.
I said
as
once
far
we
as
get our ducks in a row, God.
Jeez, God!
God says,
Adros-
maybe by the end of the 6th book in the Adventure Path.
We've got a lot of ducks.
That's just the end of the quest line. You cannot go any
Adros sits back down. He pushes another shawarma over to Gur, and he says, "I really don't know what's going on, I really never do. But I can always understand when someone is in pain. Now, I'm happy I was able to help this time. And Gur, if you ever decide to take on the Drow of Apostate and get your mother back, here you go." And he beams over he sends over his information, and he goes, "Give me a call. Maybe we can team up again and right that wrong."
And Gur turns to him and just kind of stands up from his chair, and after looking at him for a second, he just kind of bends down a little bit and gives you just a big muscly hug.
He reciprocates the hug.
He smells
and then he says,
terrible. He hasn't been able to shower since before he was kidnapped.
You're definitely not in jail anymore. However, you definitely haven't bathed yet.
"No."
That's all right.
You did. You guys, I'm surprised you don't know this. 4th level Mystic Cure also is a deodorant, and it smells great.
Makes you smell like roses.
Yes.
No, he reciprocates the hug, and then afterwards he says, "Now, how about a shawarma eating contest on me?"
Oh, and then Gur's all like, just
So down.
yeah, let's do this. But then he's like, oh, you know who'd really love a shawarma eating contest though? Our friend Ninden. Oh, I miss Ninden.
Yeah, you noticed that Ninden wasn't present this whole time. You would think that he would be the first person to spring to your aid, Gur.
Oh yeah, that's right. He knows that Ninden left. He didn't know that he was always So
He
so he
doesn't really like
continues
you,
by saying, where is Ninden anyways? What happened to him, guys?
We haven't been able to get a hold of him all day.
He was called in by his brother. I think you were there for that, but, well,
Well, I know that. I figured he would have tried to get a hold of him.
we did. He didn't respond. Maybe he's somewhere with no reception.
Gur's like, despite still having wounds. Well, I guess technically with that much overkill, he probably is not even worrying about those wounds anymore. But he's instantly concerned about his friend and his whereabouts.
It's like old blemishes that you were that you noticed by examining yourself for extended periods in the mirror. Those are just gone.
Old scars are gone and stuff.
So yeah, You can enjoy the rest of this afternoon having a shawarma eating contest, which I imagine is probably mostly observed by the other three as the orc and the Vesk go to town on some.
Yes.
Harald just
What-
turns into a mouth.
Oh
You
no.
underestimate me.
Mouse declares that he is not allowed because you have to chew, and Harald doesn't have any
Oh,
teeth.
God. Harald can
Harald-
just,
Oh
like,
no.
he could just like be like a snake and just wrap his whole face around the food.
Oh
I can,
no.
I can grow teeth if I need to qualify.
Please
See?
don't.
He's
Please
just
don't.
Like several different kinds of teeth manifest.
And not even inside of his mouth, like just on the outside of his body.
I love it.
Just
And then
So
two
my
little
question, though,
eyeballs
is-
on the top.
so my question is though, is it a constitution check to see who wins the shawarma eating contest or what?
Oh god, if we want to actually do this, I mean,
Yeah, I think we
sure.
should just roll con, and that's how
Alright.
many that's
Yeah.
how many shawarmas we eat.
Well,
Is that what
let's-
you? Is that what you think?
Done.
Is that what you think, Mr. Level 13? You think we should just roll con?
Hey, that's
No,
fine.
okay.
He only had a +5 where I only
Oh,
had a
wow.
+1. So I got
can only eat
11.
15 worth.
Oh my god, Kalen ate more than Gur.
Quietly, without really saying anything or gloating at all.
Fantastic.
Harald is able to like fit 100 inside of his body, but everyone decides that doesn't count.
Jeez.
All right. Well, with that said, I believe Adros did have somewhere he needed to get to. Where was that?
Oh,
exactly?
right. As he's like as he's literally bent over onto the table
It's-
after eating
it's the
way
Radiant
too
Cathedral,
many
right?
shawarmas.
Which
He
is
goes-
also where we should go to look for Ninden.
Well, either way, Adros, what was that?
Oh, he was just gonna say, oh, right. I've been here. I've been on this archipelago, whatever this dang thing is, and for days, and I can't find the Radio Cathedral. If you could help me, oh, that would be really appreciated.
Oh, yeah, I know where that is. Did you ask someone, or it's a pretty big building?
Like,
No, I bought a map.
does.
Harald,
I
you
bought a
look over. You look over to the right, and it is literally dominating 33% of your eyesight, like in the
It's
sky.
like trying,
Just,
it's
yeah,
like
we can help you
not being
find
able
it.
to find the Eiffel Tower in
Right.
Paris.
Right.
No, Dross was saying, no, I didn't. I bought a map, and I thought I could use the map. I hadn't asked anybody until you guys.
Well, why don't we head
Of
over
course
there
we can help.
now?
All right, and I think with the scene of our heroes staggering with their overly full bellies through Dawnshore towards literally the tallest building in the entirety of the archipelago, we will call that the end of the final scene.
Awesome.
Heckin' amazing.
That was goofy.
Yay! We're
Man.
kind of a goofy group. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, it is
It's
kind
true,
of a thing.
It's true.
Thanks for
Well,
coming and playing with us, Tyler.
Tyler.
Yeah,
I hope you had a
doing our
good
best
time.
quota.
I did. I'm a little upset that no matter what I do, Idros is gonna roll a 1. Idros is
It
gonna
was
roll a 1.
perfect though. It was so in character.
I was gonna say that was a fantastic one. I really enjoyed that one.
I'm really glad because when we decided we would do that, I went to our website, and when I rolled it, I was just like, "You've got to be kidding me! Why?" I thank you for being good sports about it and for having me. It was
Oh yeah.
it was great.
You're welcome
No.
back as often as possible. But everybody who likes Tyler and for some reason watches our show, but not Cosmic Crit, which I imagine is probably an extremely small group of people.
Hey, someday it'll happen.
Maybe.
I guarantee it.
Where can they find you, Tyler?
Well, you can find the podcast Cosmic Crit anywhere podcasts are placed. You can also go to cosmiccrit.com and listen there, and our episodes are also on YouTube. Again, Cosmic Crit everywhere. It is Cosmic Crit, and yeah, we appreciate it. We're on season 2 now, so you won't see a Dross, but there's 75 odd episodes of season 1 for people to catch up on if they want to go through that. And that,
Find out more about that spear.
So that's
Some other time.
at
Yeah.
least.
Rolled a 1.
So there's
Yeah.
75 episodes of season 1, right? So
I
that
believe so.
is at least 75 times Idras has rolled a 1 in season 1.
Pretty much. I mean, it became just a running joke. And season 2, I don't play Idras. Obviously, I play an Oshara named Nikithi. Hasn't rolled a 1.
There you go.
Not yet.
Really?
It's just Idras.
Well, I was gonna say it's because
followed
it's not
you here.
it's not Nikiti's thing to fail repeatedly. That's an Idras
Nope.
thing.
It is one of the most sublime moments of like the dice reflecting roleplay I've ever really been a part of.
I love it though.
Yeah. I'm really happy that we can continue this time-honored tradition here on non-standard action.
I think you
Um,
guys just did a great job of incorporating the 1 into the scene.
Oh yeah, I agree. It led to probably the coolest moment of the night or the day, I guess.
Well, yeah. Honestly, though, Gur doesn't get to use that ability. He doesn't go to 0 hit points at all. So,
No.
so honestly, thank you for critically failing and almost killing me.
It made for a great story. Even though it was
Really
terrible for
cool.
the characters,
Oh.
but still.
You're
I
welcome.
think Gur is really gonna need some therapy here.
Anytime.
Do we have anything else that we need to bring up here? Anybody else?
I do have one last thing. I will not be, but the rest of the Cosmic Crit crew will be streaming on the channel on Thursday. I believe the exact time is to be determined. So tune in for that if you can. And I won't be there because I'm going to be at PaizoCon. So if you're going to be at PaizoCon, drop me a line either on the Non-Standard Action Discord or the Crittermander Discord.
Yep.
And, I'd be happy to meet up with some people.
I would be
Yeah,
happy
so
to
much
meet up
fun.
too if I could freaking be there.
Next year! Next
Next
year!
year, next
It'll be
year.
a thing.
Yeah, I'll be there next year.
We gotta do a big thing. And also on Wednesday, I'm gonna try and do a solo stream. Maybe some art, maybe some video games. Probably gonna be around like noon Central Standard Time. So if you see Non-Standard Action go live on Wednesday, know that that's not an accident, and you can hang out with me and talk to me and ask me questions, do whatever you want. So that is all.
Interrogate the jam time.
Interrogate the GM.
Muhaha.
Yay!
And with
Alright,
that
thanks
said-
for watching.
Yes. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a wonderful day, and take care of yourselves, everyone.